ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sunday SmackDown number 7. This week, battling it out for $50, courtesy of course, the patrons, as always, who do make the prize pool available. We have I Am Soldier vs Lucas L99, who are both currently top 10 on the ESOC ELO ladder. Both have been playing a lot recently, trying to get their ELO up, so to speak, so that they have a better seeding for the new World Championship, which, for those that don't know, if you've been living under a rock, is a $4,000 LAN tournament being hosted by Escape AOE, which, of course, I work with them, and we stream every day on Escape's Twitch channel, which is also in the description below if you weren't aware. But yes, this should be a good series today. Both players are very strong, and today's format will be Ordinary Supremacy, but with revamped Fortress Age politicians, in addition to the revamped Colonial Age politicians that we did a few weeks ago. If you'd like to see the full balance changes, there is a link in the description on the ESOC forums, but ultimately this is Ordinary Supremacy. However, as you know, from time to time, SmackDown, we do spice up the format, and as it so happens, the Discord poll has now closed. Votes will not be counted anymore, and a new poll will be available soon. But okay, this is the procedure going forward. So Discord poll has closed. We've got a bunch of votes to gauge interest on various different formats, and now I'm going to take those top results to the patrons. I'm going to run a poll on Patreon, and everyone who is a patron can vote. So we'll do that sort of large-scale voting on Discord, and then afterwards there'll be lots more numerous polls on Patreon week on week to decide what the SmackDown will be for the next week. So if you are not already a patron but would like to be, this is a very good time to become one. If you are a patron, then you can begin voting. The first poll is now up, and it will be Districts or An Interesting Thought. Those are the names of the formats. And basically, Districts is players start with an extra town centre. So the whole game, they'll have 2 town centres from the very beginning. And An Interesting Thought is, or An Interesting Fort, actually. Players begin the game with a fort wagon that can be placed in Age 1. So they can put a fort on the map pretty much from the beginning of the game. So those are the 2 options you can choose from, and that's on Patreon. There's a link in the description to the poll. But before we begin, I'd like to give a big shout out to Hazza54321, who casted the first half of this series with me. Maito wasn't available to cast the first half, so the General stepped up to the challenge. And I want to see some love hearts in the chat for Hazza for basically making SmackDown happen this week. Without him, we wouldn't really have had a SmackDown. So thank you very much, Hazza. As always, after this live premiere, the timestamps for each matchup will be available in the description below. But do be careful, as looking at those can spoil the outcome of the series. But without further ado, enjoy the video.
Do I need to be on SmackDown patch or just VP?
Yeah, SmackDown patch to be able to cast it, and install your Observer UI.
Oh, I don't need it. I'm pro.
Have you got it though? You might as well have it.
I don't have it. I've never had it.
Damn. Do you want it? I've got a quick... I can link it to you real fast.
Nah, don't worry. It's fine.
Damn.
Switch to EP SmackDown. Okay. Oh, that's simple. That's handy.
Yeah, and then just launch ESOC patch, and away you go.
I'll be on in 20 seconds, roughly.
Damn.
Why did Maito think it was 7 then?
I don't know. Well, I do know. We scheduled for 7, but then all the players and I thought 6 would be better. But I guess Maito didn't get the memo. It was all in like the group chat and stuff, but I guess he just didn't read it and is probably asleep.
Bless him.
Bless him. I don't want to take up too much of your time, so maybe we'll cast the first 1 or 2 games, and then Maito will probably show up to finish the series. I don't know how busy you are.
It's cool, man. I'm chill.
This is interesting. I've got so earlier I was going to cast with Maito, but obviously he wasn't there for that one, and we had Give You Anxiety stepped up to do some casting, and now Soldier's here as well. Yeah, and now you're getting in on the SmackDown action. It's going to be... This is all very hodgepodge. I was hoping SmackDown would go smoothly, but it never does. But that's part of the fun of it, and at least we're getting some Age of Empires in. Whisper, Veto, 1 each. I feel like you're mocking my heavy key pressing.
Oh no, I got a new keyboard for Christmas, so I've got like a more mechanical one.
All right, taking the pro gamer to the next level.
Well, it's just like, yeah, I don't know. I kind of prefer my old one, to be honest, just because it was what I was used to.
Yeah.
It's like I can't print screen, I can't screenshot on this keyboard, so I'm just like, fuck, I've got to take a picture on my phone or something.
There's no screenshot. Have you got an
Yeah.
FN? Is there an FN button on the keyboard?
I don't think so. I've just plugged in the keyboard into my processor, and it's the weirdest keyboard ever. I should send you a picture of it. Actually, I think you'd like it.
Yeah, send me a picture. I'll put it in the SmackDown screen as well, so people can see what we're talking about.
My brother thought it'd be funny to like mock me, so he got me this, and I just thought I'd use it.
Okay, let me have a look. It sounds funny already.
So he got me that for Christmas.
Let's see. What the hell? It's an Age of Empires 3
Yeah,
keyboard.
I know.
Oh, that's
Nice.
amazing. Do those custom buttons do anything?
Yeah, they're like the default ones, but obviously I changed my hotkeys a little bit, so some of them aren't specific ones.
What
But
the
it says,
hell? At least he
Yeah,
sort
I
of. That's kind of funny. Like, that's amazing. Oh, he knew your Age of Empires 3 pro, and
well, I think he did it to mock me, but
Yeah.
I thought I'd just use it anyway because
Yeah.
it's quite fun. I kind of like the thought in it and like the effort to go into it, because apparently it's like, well, obviously it's quite hard to find like a keyboard like this sort of specific. So I was just like, okay, I'll respect that.
Yeah.
I'll respect that insult, so I'll use it.
Yeah, that's really funny. I'm so pleased you showed me that. That's quite. Whilst we're talking about your keyboard, we've got one hell of a Civ dance going on, but I think they've landed on. Okay, let's get into this. All right. Let me do an intro to SmackDown. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sunday SmackDown number 7. This is going to be normal supremacy, but with slightly altered Fortress Age politicians, as well as the slightly altered Colonial Age politicians that we saw before. I'm casting alongside Hazza 54321. I think I'm going to say you're the best British player currently.
That's an interesting title to have, but I guess it is true. I don't know.
Maybe. Well, Samwise and Musket Jr. are up there as well, but they're not active. But you definitely are. You're, I'd say, one of the contenders for the New World Championship, man. How do you? I guess I'm laying it on a bit thick here, but basically, Haz is pretty good at the game, and he's going to be stepping up from Maito because I think Maito, he's not here. Well, I know he's not here, and we will. I think he might. Basically, I think what's happened is he thinks SmackDown is an hour later, so he'll probably turn up in about an hour or so to alleviate Hazza. But for the time being, Hazza is being an absolute boss, and thank you very much for stepping up and doing this because the player's scheduled for 6 o'clock, and we didn't want to mess them around. So thank you very much.
Stop making me blush, man.
This is getting okay.
I'm getting tearful.
Okay, let's get into the game then. In the south of the map, in the color green, we do indeed have Lucas L99. I don't think we've seen him on SmackDown before, but actually Lucas is also in the top 10 currently on the ESOC Patch ELO ladder. So I imagine also looking to go to the New World Championships. For those that don't know, we announced it last week. It is a $4,000 LAN tournament being hosted at the Escape TV studio in Manchester, which I'm definitely looking forward to. More links and info in the description below. But I'm sure almost everyone watching will know about this, so I won't go on about it. But Lucas, he's actually quite a strong player, as I mentioned, and also against Soldier, who is in the top 10. So we have a pretty interesting SmackDown today, and I think actually these two players in particular are very, very well matched. So this could be a pretty interesting one.
Yeah, I agree with that. Both Lucas and Soldier are quite solid players. Obviously, Lucas came from like a treaty background, so he hasn't experienced like the sort of old meta strat Soldier has like been well known for.
Yeah.
So he might be caught off guard by that.
By some of those things that perhaps used to be popular. Yeah, but he's well up to date with the current meta and is doing quite well. So we'll see how that goes. Soldier could have an edge if the game goes in that direction. Maybe Soldier should pick out some interesting. He's playing French. Maybe we'll see some funky. I don't know. Who knows? But the point is, we've got a trading post in the middle of the map from Lucas. He's playing as China there and has gotten his first village down as well. Now saving to age Soldier. He's elected to go with a market and has gotten his hunting dogs upgrade nice and early at 1 minute 40. Nothing wrong with that at all. In terms of treasures, we'll take a look at the map here. Not a lot going on so far, except for Soldier. By the looks of it, managed to pick up an 85 wood treasures, taken about a third of his HP. So pretty good going since they're usually guarded by tigers.
Lucas has matched that with. I need to press the page up. Lucas has matched up with 50 wood and 40 wood, and obviously China has the stun ability, so he's lost 0 HP on that hero basically, so he can still contest the Explorer fights in H1. So
yeah, and go on to find.
China's ahead.
You think China's ahead? Yeah, and he's got 6 goats as well, compared to his opponent's 4. I suppose China do start with a goat as well, but so that sort of helps. But he is ahead on the goat game very marginally. But actually, in terms of raw treasure collection and the amount of livestock they have, it's actually very even. But you are right; that's got more health on the Chinese explorer there, which is definitely going to come into play. Still, one final treasure to contend: 80 food out in the middle of the map there. China, what's he up to currently? Is he going for another trading post? I think he's got almost all of the food to age. We're going to see his wonder come down now. There it is. Going to be going up with indeed the Summer Palace. And Explorer, I thought it was getting in position to perhaps build.
It was as well.
Yeah, maybe he's just scouting the backside there. I'm not sure if he's actually gone there. But either way, Soldier is going to pick this up uncontested.
Yeah. I was going to comment on Lucas's mid TP because France usually can go aggressive in H2, which I think is kind of risky to go forward TP, and Soldier's obviously scouted it. But of course, he went middle to get the goats, so he thought he would just place the TP in the middle after getting the goats in the middle.
Yeah.
And obviously, goats are really vital to China's sort of early game.
Yeah, and there's often good treasures in that middle portion, right? It's a really nice decision because you find those 2 big treasures and those goats that spawn in the batches of 2 in the middle. So it's a valuable place to go, but perhaps a little bit vulnerable if, as you say, France does something aggressive in age 2. What is he up to then? Let's take a look. Soldier, he's aging up with the Quartermaster. So this is an ordinary 400 wood politician. No changes here. Got his trading post during transition. Standard things at the moment. No forward vills or anything like that. Oh, I'm wrong. He does have a forward vill, but second trading post going down.
So he's got a forward racks immediately as soon as he aged up. So it looks like he's going to try and train like 5 pikes to kill that TP.
Yeah.
Is what my immediate impression is, and that's a good adaptation from Soldier. Like, he sees the mid TP. If it was an in-base TP, he probably would have a different strat in mind.
Yeah.
But I think with this forward TP, he's going to kill that and get it for free, essentially.
Yeah, that seems like a solid decision, right? Slightly forward racks, make a couple of units, take down the trading post, and just, that's fine. That's exactly what he wants. Checking his base here, we see Native Scout coming through, just having a look at what's on the floor there. I think Soldier going to be very interested in what Lucas's first shipment is. Probably going to be 700 coin, since we do see that China Fast Fortress, but going to be making absolutely certain. But actually, that Shaolin Master chasing him away.
I have to say, he's been doing great scouting in this game so far already.
Yeah.
But as soon as people aged up, we had the Disciple and Soldier's base and the Scout and Lucas's base both as they aged up and their first shipment came in. So I think Lucas saw this first shipment.
He's going to see it now, right? That's so close.
And Soldier, I think he saw the amount of coin gathered, so he probably suspects an FF.
Ah, right. Lots of vills on coin. That makes sense. And there's your call. Absolutely right, Hazard. There it is.
Yeah. He probably clicked on the mine, how much coin had been gathered from it. So.
Oh, that's a good. You don't just need to see the villagers. That's absolutely true. Knowledge bombs. Yeah. I guess it's not really, but to me it is.
Yeah, but here come 5 crossbows as well. So he's probably start poking at the vills at the same time as killing his TP, which I kind of like as well.
Yeah. So what did he do here? He's gathered? He sent 700 wood first. I like it. So with that wood, was able to make crossbows and pikes and get the houses down for them that are needed, and then is following up with the 4 villager shipment afterwards, which is pretty good. But coming in now, perhaps he can get a villager kill. That is down up to half health, but he's going to get it safely in the TC, taking a couple of shots at that Shaolin Master. But now he's going to have to leave this base. But I think he's probably feeling pretty good, right? He's taken down the trading post. He's forced the villagers into the town centre, and they're now just coming out, and is able to get this second one as well with the 5 pikes that he trained earlier.
Yeah. I mean, even without the crossbows, if he just had 5 pikes just killing 2 TPs, I think he'd just be in a solid position already.
Yeah.
But crossbows are doing a lot of idle time despite not costing that much. And I think, are they cheaper on this patch or no?
No,
They're not.
they're not cheaper. They're the same as the sock patch. But yes, you have seen the change list or the proposed change list. We got a lot of your thoughts in, and that was one of the things we were definitely thinking about. But yeah, China now up, or he's clicked up to the next stage. It looks like that's a batch of units coming out of the porcelain summer.
Yes.
Yeah,
Summer Palace, yeah.
but Soldier doing a good job, right? Like the pikes have achieved so much here. Is that an upgraded trade route? Is that a rickshaw?
No. It's still the
Still the normal guy.
yeah. If it is stagecoach, it should have like 2 lines. Like the actual route would be 2 lines.
Yeah, like so it's because it's the Asian trade route, and
Yeah,
it always looks different. And I sort of, I mean, when you're playing, it doesn't matter because you'll have a trade post and you sort of know.
But yeah, sometimes it can be tough because it looks quite similar, the actual icon guy thing. So
yeah, but Soldier,
just
he's done some good damage. He's killed both those trading posts, and he's managed to idle him up with those crossbows. So pretty good use of the infantry whilst his opponent was aging up to fortress. But Lucas, he got some units out, repelled Soldier away, and now Lucas is up to the next stage. A reasonably good time. Well, do you think so?
yeah, I think it's fine despite the idle time and stuff like that. I think it's an okay age up. The question is, what is Soldier going to do? I think he's aging behind this, judging by his massive units. Yeah, he is.
There it is.
So I really like Soldier's position here. Actually, he is getting a stable up. Actually, as I speak, he really needs a stable. Like Goons and Cures are both really good versus China overall. So he needs to get those units out ASAP.
Okay, and that's exactly what he's doing. As soon as he's gotten to the Fortress Age, he's going to slam down that stable and queue up some goons, no doubt. Let's put units in queue on so that we can see that. Skirmishers in queue at the barracks, and I'm sure we'll see a Dragoon any second now. But down in the south here, it looks like we have, what is this? Discipline Meteor Hammer shipment.
Yeah, 5 Meteor Hammers. It was a good shipment, but I thought, he was going to raid with them. That's quite risky. I'm not sure I like that because France is just going to get goons out as soon as. Oh, he shipped 8 skirms. Wow.
Okay, so probably going to be fine then doing this, but you're pointing out that you can't know that. Obviously, they can ship 5 Dragoons and they'll probably have a stable and train them, which he is doing now. So these could be a little bit out in the open, a little bit risky, but in this particular game should be fine.
Yeah, I mean, these can easily get caught out because goons are faster than cav. So they can just like keep chasing them until the infantry fends them off. So
it looks like he's not overcommitting too much. He sort of came up this side of the map, maybe to finish off his line of sight. Maybe he hadn't fully scouted that and just wanted to see what was there. He never actually revealed those cavalry to his opponent, so it's not like Soldier knew that they were there. And maybe he came across some villages sort of in that corner and would quickly pick one up before going home or something. But either way, he's finished off his line of sight. Doesn't find any villages, but that's okay. And now China looks like he's got lots of units coming out. Arquebusier being trained, starting to mass up here.
He's got lots of fattened goats as well. This is such a solid time. Once he's eaten these goats and shipped perhaps another unit shipment, he can go. There's like 1,200 food in those goats, and this 5th goat is almost done as well. Yeah. So that's 1,500 almost.
Of really fast gathering food. Actually, that's going to be... Maybe he just goes on them as soon as these 2 caribou that he's currently collecting... and there's some more caribou down here as well. But he's sort of running out of hunt, so it's also a good timing for that reason. He can sort of be gathering from the goats.
Well, this is going to be his power spike moment, I think.
But Soldier, he's also got a ton of units here. He's got his 2 big Fortress Age shipments out, 8 skirmishers, 5 dragoons, and has been training some units as well. Got a few musketeers and, by the looks of it, pikemen as well that were there from earlier. Maybe, I'm not sure where the muskets came from, but either way, it's just extra stuff on the board here.
Yeah, he trained 5 in transition just to be safe.
Oh, I see. Just have a bit of extra.
Extra anti-cav, yeah, because he had 10 bows and only 5 pikes. It was just like 5 muskets in transition in case he got like 5 meteor hammered early.
Oh, I see.
So
yeah.
I kind of like that play. It was quite safe.
Yeah.
And I don't think soldiers lost like 1 unit this whole game. And Lucas lost 2 TPs. He's now rebuilding one because his XP income's probably a bit like stagnated at this point, I think.
Yeah, a bit rubbish. He's quite a way off his next shipment. By the looks of it here, he's about a third completed on his shipment, and the last one he sent was he sent the Territorial Army card.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
What, the upgrade card?
He's got his upgrade in. What do you make of that?
That's a bit odd, I think. But I guess with the food, he will have a bunch of them soon, so I guess it'll be fine. But if Soldier pushes before that upgrade card pays off, then Lucas is going to be in trouble. Because look at Soldier's skirm mass compared to Lucas's army.
Oh, there we go. I'm just going to check the territorial out. Where is that
Yeah,
card?
it's lagging.
That was me clicking on the button there. So it's 15% to
I'm not sure why it's
Arquebusier,
lagging.
Changdao Swordsman. Oh, the game is still lagging, is it? Damn, I thought it was... I clicked on the deck and it just sort of paused for ages, and I thought that was me. We'll give it a second. You here? Oh, well, if Hazard drops, then never mind. I guess I'll cast the next one. Well, I guess I'll cast it on my own.
Are you ready? Yes.
Oh dear, it doesn't look like Hazard will be coming back, so I guess I'll finish off the cast on my own. Oh god, pardon me.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Yes, yes.
Alright, looks like Hazard isn't coming back, so I'm going to cast this without him, and maybe for the next one we can get him back in, or perhaps Maito will be back by then. But looks like... Oh, is that Hazard?
I'm back. Hi.
You're back, but you dropped out. Maybe I can screen share with you, actually. Let's try that.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry.
Oh, don't worry about it, man. Happens. Yeah, let's stream that. Okay, so you should be able to see the game now. It might be a bit rubbish and laggy, but I guess it's better than nothing. Or I can just do this without you. Feels bad, man.
Oh, I can see it, but it's tiny.
Yeah, well, I think if you double-click it, it'll go full screen. But yes, that's what's going to happen there. Okay, so let's take a look at Lucas here. He's gathering up the goats. This is going to be his power moment, as Hazard was saying. He's got his upgrade in. All his units are going to be strong. And with the... oh, God, look at all those vills on coin. They've just finished now. But these goats, I imagine, just supplying like all the resources he needs food-wise, and is able to absolutely spam units out. He's going to have, like... this is his moment, and this upgrade is going to be really helpful. But also, Soldier is in a solid position here as well. He's got a solid Dragoon mess. He's got lots of skirmishes there with, I guess, a few musks and crossbows mixed in. But 2 falconets has been sent. It's making its way across the map, and this is going to be France's moment to shine. Falconets are going to be very, very strong against the infantry here. Although he's starting to.
I like that he's. Sorry. I like that he's adding cures now, because before he just had skirms and goons and nothing to block the China cav. But this cure timing is really good for him.
So it's important.
Obviously, cures are good against other cav.
Yeah. What, just to body block and stop the units of sort of like getting up close, so your dragoons and skirms can just like stand there and shoot and do what they're good at, and also block those falconets as well.
Yeah, because if you think about it, if goons actually get connected with China cav, they actually die kind of fast, especially with the China cav range. They get snared earlier, so then the skirms can easily have a good time like picking them off as well. So you just kind of need the block to block the China cav, and then you know. Oh, Manchus though. Yeah. Manchus is a good reaction to that though.
He hasn't seen them yet. I imagine. Yeah, an anticipation of. Wow, both players really timid to actually go at each other. I guess neither really wants to commit to a fight just yet. But I think the longer this sort of dance goes on, the more it favors France. He's got steel traps. He's got all his upgrades there. Let's take a look at China's units. I don't think he ever. Oh, he has got his market, and he's got imperial bureaucracy coming in just now. So actually, fairly even upgrades.
China has way more actually. He's got every upgrade.
Okay, China in a good spot then.
Well, yeah, I think I'm not sure who wins this late game. I think France does because China doesn't have a sustainable good anti-cavalry.
Mm.
But I think once China gets like he's obviously got one card in. If he gets the China armor upgrade card in as well and pushes, then Soldier could potentially have a hard time because Soldier's waiting just because he has more map control, right?
Yeah.
It's the one with the picture of the meteor or the flail thing. That card that gives him 41%.
Okay, I think we're about to see a big fight here, though. Hazard, he's got the tree line, and those falcons are nicely tucked away behind it here.
Little choke.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Soldier positioned his armies fairly well.
Yeah, Soldier keeping all those units back, just letting those skirmishers fight for the time being. Looks like we are now going to get in. Falconets have set up here. Manchu, I think those are the things he needs to target down because they're going to be really strong against the gendarmes. But the gendarmes not finding a way into this fight yet.
The Chang'e in a solid spot though. Yeah. Holy cow! They're just melting those dragoons.
Okay, and he's got his falcons on them though, so.
And he's running out of China cav to kill them.
And both falconets still alive.
There's still a bunch of cures, but the Manchus are perfectly on them.
Yeah.
I can't see the screen that well. I think both Falcons are still alive, so
one Falcon left.
He's gonna get pummeled by these Falconet volleys. Oh, nice reinforcement batch though. That's one thing. Lucas has got the faster reinforcement, so this cav batch is quite vital in this fight, and it's going to turn the tide. Actually, I think.
Yeah, I think he's
on this phone screen.
There's quite a. Yeah, I'm sorry about the blurriness. Yeah. There's a lot of Manchu left actually. This is pretty good. As you said, cavalry is pretty hard for China to deal with. So having a few Manchester, yeah, Manchu left over is going to be ideal. Looks like Soldier's been pushed back here. So, but reasonable exchange for both. But Lucas clearly coming out on top.
Yeah. That was a great fight for Lucas, just because of the reinforcement time, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Just because I think he had a batch from the Summer Palace and the racks at the same time, so he just fended that off.
Oh, that's really ideal. He's got a remass though now, Soldier. The China is coming.
Yeah, China's slowly getting the map back, getting his being able to gather resources with all these market upgrades.
Yeah, but that's a respectable amount of gendarmes he's got now. I guess 4 with the skirmisher mass. If he can focus down those Manchu, then this should be okay for him, right?
But I don't think he has enough skirms to focus down the Manchus. I can't really see.
Yeah, actually, they are gone now. Getting the CDBs involved.
Yeah, CDBs is really good at this point in this stage of the game. Because this is China's point to actually gather resources.
And the
screen's frozen again.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay. It's probably my phone.
You're on your phone. What a great setup. I love it. Oh, this is an interesting game. This is sort of fairly even now. I feel like China won that fight, but Soldier standing strong. He's got villages in the middle of the map here. He's got a good number of units on the board. He's defending these hunts and this mine, and I guess Lucas is still able to gather sort of here, but this won't last too long. China definitely going to be struggling for map if Soldier can keep this up.
You have to bear in mind China still has really good shipments available to him, and he's also got all the upgrades in for him because he's got all 3 valid ones. He's got ×3 versus Goon, he's got 41% range resist cav, and he's got territorial army combat.
Yeah.
So his unit shipments are going to be even stronger as well. Because if you think about it, 10 skirms with 2 upgrade cards, it's just going to be not better than just 10 skirms on its own.
Shall we compare the? That's true. Well, the arquebusiers have 20 ranged attack and 140 hit points. The skirmishers for Soldier have about the same hit points, but a bit less attack, 18 ranged attack there. So the arquebusiers are actually a stronger unit, despite being sort of cheaper.
They're way cheaper, yeah. China's army is just so cost effective at this point, whilst France's army is just not.
Yeah.
Soldier even shipping eco cards.
He's got to catch up somehow.
Yeah, I guess. But I think Cures are going to do the job, but he has got a fair amount of Chang'e there.
Yeah, the Chang'e are not getting too baited in too far, doing the little sort of dance.
I think Lucas needs more cav here.
Yeah.
I don't.
He's got more Changdao coming on the way, though.
Yeah. He's still got intervention to send as well, with like the 9 redcoats.
And Lucas putting down a town center for that map control here, so he is able to get back out here. I think just the sheer efficiency of these units enabling to get to the middle. God, the Hun's really dwindling now. Not a lot of food left on this map.
All over the map, yeah, exactly.
Oh dear, here comes the meteor hammers.
Yeah, this is gonna seal the deal probably.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. Those skirmishes, yeah, they're trying to get out of here. I think they've seen them. Got to try and kite
yeah,
back.
he needs to press this. He should press this. Oh, okay, he calls it anyway.
GG. All right. Soldier going to take game number... Oh, pardon me, Lucas going to take game number 1 in this best of 7 series. That was quite a tense fight, and then it came down to it. Lucas got the upper hand and had all these upgrades. He'd been sending upgrades quite early on and managed to sort of just push out into the middle. He's got a town center going down. I think Soldier saw that, and he's controlling the last of these hunts here. And this is also on Lucas's side, though not really very many. But once all the natural resources come out, are gone. It's the biggest indicator of strength is going to be just who has the most military units, because villages at that point are not overly useful. And that
also,
would be our friend here, Lucas.
Yeah. Also, I think China has an easier transition into getting. He has an easier meal transition as well, I think, overall.
Oh, rice paddies for sure. They're just cheaper, right? Like,
Well, also, China tends to have more wood upgrades than France overall. So I think that's a factor as well.
The gathering for the wood is actually easier, just as well as rice paddies being sort of cheaper compared to plantations, and you can sort of toggle them, which is much easier as well. But yeah, good start from Soldier, killing off those trading posts early on and being aggressive with the crossbows, but the China Fast Fortress, a force to be reckoned with. But Lucas, he can no longer play China. That civilization is now off the cards since he has won with it. We'll go into the next game, which will be on Baja, California. Lucas will pick his civilization first, and afterwards Soldier will get himself a counterpick. All right, let's see what civilization Lucas elects to pick on Baja, California here.
So
this is a water map, and it's
also to look out for.
Quite a big, wide map as well, isn't it?
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Ah, perfect.
I have no idea what's going on. I'm so annoyed.
It's working. Quick, let's get into the game before it stops working.
Where it just cuts out randomly.
I think it's, I don't know why, but maybe it'll be better now. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game number 2 in this best of 7 series between Lucas and Soldier. This is the new Fortress Age Politician SmackDown. Aside from that, it's regular Supremacy, but with slightly altered Fortress Age politicians, as I mentioned just a moment ago. Every time they age up, we'll check what they're aging with. I didn't actually notice what Soldier aged with in the previous game. I think it was the age up fast option, which is pretty much the same as it is on ordinary ESOC patch, so no changes there in the previous game, and we've not changed any of China or the Asian dynasties age ups, so nothing to think about just there. But we'll see maybe here, because for British in particular, the changes are going to be quite good, since we've improved the slow age ups by 10 seconds. They're both, all of them will be faster, and British doesn't have a fast age up. So actually British, since they can only age up slow, will basically just be aging 10 seconds sooner no matter what they pick. And we've also adjusted the units that they can get as well. I think now there's 7 Iroquois Tomahawks that they can age up instead of getting the 2 native scouts and 3 manlets or whatever it is. And it's interesting because those Iroquois Tomahawks are the ones you get from the Treasure Guardians. So they're actually not costing any population because they're native, and they do ranged melee damage, which can be fun. But we'll talk more about that later. Basically, there's a couple of extra options for British, and no matter what they do, it's going to be pretty good. But what's up in Lucas's base here?
We have a single shrine, so that means he's not actually going for a consulate start. So it seems like he's going to go for... Oh, he's got 2 shrines, actually. I missed that. So it seems like he's gonna either play aggressive or do like sort of like an anti-aggressive build, depending on what Soldier does.
Okay, that's interesting. So off the get-go, Japan, going to be playing a little bit differently. We'll see what his deck is. He's going to pick it any moment now, and we'll take a look.
He's already picked it, and he's got he hasn't shipped 3 boats. 3 boats is just so superior, in my honest opinion, than 300 wood.
Yeah, it's it's basically 3 villages, right? And
It's 3 Dratvilles, yeah.
yeah, but 300 wood is still going to be, by the looks of it, his choice. Given the start he's gone here, what's he going to do with 300 wood then?
Build a consulate, perhaps a third shrine. Fourth shrine.
There's the third one now.
Yeah, because he just got another wood treasure. I think he's got 2 this game. No, he's just got 160 wood. So he's going to build a 4th shrine, a consulate, and then save up for a Rex, probably. He's probably going to go like Ashy Club.
Yeah,
I suspect.
Okay, that sounds interesting. We'll keep an eye on Japan, but yes, here he is playing in the color green, Lucas L99. Again, no changes to Japan on the SmackDown patch yet. We will get around to them, though, the Asian dynasties and, of course, War Chiefs. Actually, no, we've done War Chiefs, but yeah, no changes just yet. Let's flick this on over to shipments sent and text being researched, since, of course, the age ups are about to come in. British, they do have some slightly different options, so let's take a look at what he ages up here, because it's going to be, it could well be something different. The Governor. Okay, so this is just an ordinary tower and 200 wood. No changes here, but seems like a solid shipment against Japan.
You need to take a look at his deck as well. I don't know if you have already or not.
Let's take a look. Okay, lots of naval options in here.
He has not got a single unit shipment upgrade in H2, and he doesn't even have Cav combat either in H3, so it looks like he's going to go like Musk
Full
Longbow.
Musk Longbow,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is a bit odd, because Yumi's. But,
Yeah,
it's a really odd deck. I'm not sure I like the sort of water cards and stuff like that, but I feel like Cav Combat is just such a vital card. You can't just skip that out in a deck like this.
Cavalry definitely important, but do you think he's going to be very water focused? He's got a couple of eco upgrades for fish in there, but quite a few upgrades. I mean, you wouldn't include them in the deck unless you were intending to go solidly for the water, but that doesn't appear to be what he's doing at all. No docks or anything like that. In fact, a forward villager that you're pointing out.
Yeah, I think he's going to put on some light pressure and then try and water boom behind that. That's what I suspect anyway.
I see, right. Does he know what Japan's up to? Has he had a look yet and seen that there's no consulate gone down? He probably would have seen the deck, right? You can... there's no fishing boats in there.
Yeah, but with this deck, he could have easily have gone Kami as well, so...
That's true.
I mean, it's hard to... You can't do the deck trick with 300 wood and Kami, so you actually have to scout the consulate properly.
Yeah. For those wondering, the deck trick is where you click on the flag and it says ×2, but once you send it, it'll actually not say ×2 anymore, so you can sort of scout what your opponent is sending by just checking their deck when they're playing as Japan, since, of course, Japan send all their shipments twice. I don't know if that's intentional, but at this point, it's part of the game. Okay, Explorer coming in. He sees the consulate going up now, so he knows for sure it wasn't Kami, because he can see that, but it...
he also saw the 2 Explorers not shrining the map. So that's also a big giveaway that he's not going to be booming as hard as he normally would do.
Yeah.
He's also getting an 80 wood here, by the way.
Yeah, that seems pretty good use of time, I guess, actually. I mean, why not? Your Explorer's there. He's going to have units, if we take a look, units in queue. Yeah, Longbow's in queue, going to be his first batch. And he's got his outpost wagon waiting and ready there. I guess waiting for the Longbow to come out, and now he can go for this treasure.
I think he just forgot about it. Personally. But yeah.
He just sort of went off and did something else. Yeah, 700 woods arrived. He probably went and did that, and he's going to come back to the treasure. Yeah, he's doing it now. Longbow's certainly going to be helpful there. But first shipment from Soldier, 700 wood, and with that, going to put down a few manor houses by the looks of it. He's not built his market, so perhaps we'll see the market. Oh, no, he has. It's just a bit further off over here, and can get steel traps in, which he is doing now with that wood as well. And looks like that's 5 more longbows, and Where is he? He's not ready to push just yet. He's sort of with
Well,
those 5.
you can't really commit to like a push because obviously 5 clubs, 5 ashes, a potential 5 ashes shipment which he has actually shipped can pop out. So 5 longbows quite vulnerable. Here comes 6
that's true.
muskets though.
So you need at least 10 long. Well, you can't just push with the first couple of units. You've got to go in with the shipment, and once you've got perhaps 2 batches or so out.
Oh, he snipes a Vil. That's a nice snipe.
Nice.
But these ashes, oh, he trained Shinobis.
Oh, wow.
Instead of clubs, and 5 more ashes. So soldiers just getting the hell out of there.
Yeah, he sees that as time to go. He's got to okay, so he can retreat behind the outpost here. There's another longbow shipment. Okay, so he's going to take
batch.
it. Longbow
he could
batch.
potentially ship 6 longbows as well, and Lucas could be in trouble. He's got 5 more ashes coming.
Yeah.
Lucas just needs to kill these units off fast before any more units pop out.
Yeah, and Soldier doing a good job here. All of the ashes being focused down first by the longbowman, which is exactly what he needs to be killing. They take the double damage. Another batch of ashes joins the fray here. So Soldier, he's going to need his next unit batch any moment now, and possibly we'll see 6 longbowmen. Longbowmen, that's nice. I like them coming out that side since they've got really good range.
Yeah, because it's good. He's going to have to take like 2 shots to even get close to those longbows, and then that's just obviously such huge damage output. And yeah, like you said, he did a good job focusing the ashes because obviously they don't have range resist, and 2, Shinobis have actually they have similar HP, but ashes also have more attack as well.
Yeah,
so.
And the longbowmen have multiplier against the ashy. They just go down really quick,
That's
right?
true.
So, and it's something you want to be
true.
targeting. But looks like with these last 3 units, he's sort of just going to annoy Soldier here by just walking them through his base. He was taking a few pot shots at villages, but Soldier, he's going to respond to that by pulling off four longbowmen. And back home, we see he sent the 6 longbow shipmen that helped him win that fight, and he's trying to push in with the rest of the army here.
I think Lucas shipped 5 Yumis as well.
Oh yeah, he has. Yeah, he's shipped 5 ashes twice and then 5 Yumi afterwards. So
yeah.
This is just pure military from both players. This has been incredibly aggressive. I'm really like this matchup. Traditionally, I always feel like Japan booms. They send their heavenly kami, and British make a bunch of manners. But both being very cutthroat here, sending lots of different military shipments. Okay, 5 villages coming out of Soldier, going to shift gear, and currently macroed 25 on wood. That's a ton of wood collecting villages.
Yeah. Also, like, this map tends to have, like, spread out hunts. So, hunts are going to run out fast in base. So, what he's done is just sent, like, 1 or 2 vills out here, 1 or 2 vills out here, and he's going to expand his vill count with just manners.
Yeah.
Because that's 1, it's less walking time, and 2, it's a lot of mana line of sight all over the map, which he really needs versus these assy raids.
Doing some more down here, which is good, and that's near the choke as well. If you put some mana in there, you're going to see anything coming from that side.
Exactly.
Oh no, we've got ashy raids, but at least, as you're saying, he's spreading out, so these vills, they're not all in one basket, so to speak. It's just a couple up in the north, but I think the superior ashy speed, he's going to be able to take down all of those villages there. Nice raid from Lucas, he's going to be pleased with that. What's Soldier doing in response? Okay, I think he had 2 options, and that is sort of send a few guys back to deal with the raid, or he could sort of push in knowing that his opponent has got not all of his army together and could have made something happen. But Soldier, he's back on food and gold here. He's been gathering a lot of wood, though. I imagine that's to lay down a couple of manners with. But
and perhaps train some more longbows. Yeah.
Luca's going to be pleased with these Vil kills. So far, he's lost 4 villages. Soldier not going to feel great about that. And Lucas, he's only lost 1.
Even just these Vil kills, he's brought back all these longbows to get. He's buying. Look at. I think Soldier's going to age. I think actually that's probably why he's gone back with his entire army.
Oh, I see. Right, he doesn't. Right, so yeah, that's true. Otherwise, it's just a lot of wasted walking time when these units could be doing something else against his opponent here. He's not aging just yet, though. Let's take a look at shipments.
Oh, he trained some Huss actually. Never mind.
Okay.
I thought as he posted his army under his TC that he was going to age.
That might be an indication. Yeah, I think you're right. I think he's now going to age. He's got 38 villages on food, and he's just sent 700 gold. So I think he's gonna basically get everything he needs to age up now, because that's a ton of villages on food.
He might give up this FB actually, or just bring back his Huss and try and snare it.
He has got the option to fight because he's got Hussars and Musketeers in queue, and I think they're about to pop, so he could finish the batches off and fight this if he wanted to. Yeah, he's going to
He's
go
gonna,
with that. He's trained
yeah.
5 hussars. Oh, isn't going to get those musks out, though, because it does go down.
Lucas needs to pop. Never mind. I
What?
was gonna say if Soldier kept chasing that, so Lucas needs to pop Minutemen for that.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's going to chase it, though. But Lucas's army, that's if Soldier had gotten a snare there with those cavalry, he'd for sure need the Minutemen to help fight it.
Yeah. I think Lucas is in like a world of trouble. His eco's like down the toilet. And his
I love that phrase. Down the toilet. Brilliant. Okay, looks like we've got a fight here, though. Cavalry in position. They're going to be getting back out of range of the Ashi, but there's a lot of blue infantry here, as well as longbowmen, which are very good against the Ashigari musketeers. I think Soldier is going to win this fight solidly.
Yeah, Soldier just has way many more units. Yeah.
And that's going to bring the score back up to 1-1.
Yeah, I just don't think Soldier responded to like the Ashi Japan aggressive build correctly, and then that just shuts it down completely. Because I think Maito's had some recent success with this sort of build, but I think it's because people didn't respond correctly.
Okay, and Soldier here, he knows what to do, right? He sent his 6 musketeers, which helped him defend. He was training, units at his tower. The tower was also helping, and then it looked like, Lucas, he had a pretty convincing fight going on, but then 6 longbows arrived, and they sort of saved the day. And from there, Soldier just sort of was winning, and okay, he lost a few villages, but ultimately a much stronger economy. British have all those manor houses, right? He sent 5 villages, and from here he's just clearly in the lead.
Yeah, I mean, Lucas sent like 3 unit shipments and didn't achieve anything with them.
And that's such an investment, right? When those shipments could have been, all sorts of other things that Japan has going for them.
Wood or frills, basically, yeah.
Yeah. 4 vils, you can send it twice, 600 wood, it's a great shipment for shrines. Didn't send any of that stuff, and as a result, usually you're up against Japan and they have an insane economy and all this stuff, but didn't have any of that set up, just tried to play aggressive, which is interesting, and certainly, but Soldier did exactly what he needed to do against it, as you're saying, and that is going to be the end of that. The score is now 1-1.
It was a good response by Soldier.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, still no sign of Maito.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't know. What time is it? Oh, it is 7. Okay. Soldier's picking first. And he goes with his trusty Germans.
Trusted Germany.
Yeah, I think that's his best civ.
This is good. Soldier's, he's playing sort of different civs every single game.
Yeah. He's been playing like a lot of different civs recently, but he usually sticks to his Germans and Brits.
Okay, Japan going to be played again. Lucas hasn't won with Japan yet, so he is still allowed to play Japan. Let's see what he goes for on Deccan. Could do something similar to previous game, or maybe he'll spice it up. But Deccan, tons of resources on the floor, and as a result, this is going to give him a few extra options as well, trading posts, and perhaps an early market as well, or maybe just a ton of shrines. You get all those bonus resources, and is definitely going to widen the strategic options available to you because of that. Here he is, Lucas, on the right-hand side of the map. I don't know what you think, but Deccan spawns either east to west like this, or north to south, and it's always like... I don't know what I'm trying to say about it. It's not weird. It's just the way it is. But it sort of rotates every now and again, and I've only sort of just noticed that. in recent
you
times.
don't really see it this way, do you? Like east to west. You don't see it that often. I feel like.
No, it seems like maybe in team games it doesn't spawn like this, but that might not be true at all. It probably just spawns like this 50% of the time. But I always imagine Deccan like rotated, the other version where it's up and down.
Yeah. I imagine it like that as well.
Okay, but let's take a look at the map here. It looks like Japan, he's going to get right onto the plateau with 1 scout, going to be picking up those yaks, and as you can see, having 2 explorers is really, really great. He's already got a yak lead, 6 yaks there.
He even scouted it. Oh, he's going for it now.
Oh, the 90 wood treasure. Oh, did Soldier crackshot that before? Is he? I think. Okay, we're a bit of a contention then. Is he going to go in there? Soldier, go back for your treasure.
Lucas just send both heroes and kill it fast. I don't know what he's doing.
I wonder... Okay, he's coming.
Oh, here we go. Oh, no.
Soldier's seen it, though.
Oh no.
Okay, I think okay, this is close. Let's see who gets this treasure then. So he's gonna have to continue fighting it, but what soldier's in position? I think he's just gonna wait for the tiger to be killed there whilst he attacks Green's explorer. He could crack shot or do some duping stuff to make it. Yeah, he's gonna get that last shot. Oh no, soldier! Oh dear, he got the final shot on the tiger
that
though.
must have been a bug, surely. I think that was the bug.
He didn't get the treasure.
If you like click it just after you've killed it, then it's just like the game hasn't registered it was dead yet.
Oh, I see.
So he just clicked it a bit too early.
Oh dear, soldier doesn't get his. Either way, well, he got 15 XP, but that's a small consolation, to be honest. But
I mean, Lucas gets another shrine from that.
yeah, basically, and there it is. Building on the middle of the map there. But I think Lucas at the moment in a solid spot. He's got, you know, very, very good age one so far. He's got the majority of the yaks since he's got those 2 explorers, and obviously Germany decided to build a trading post with his 1 scout, so didn't really get on that plateau at all. And then Lucas managed to pick up 90 wood, which is a really good pickup for him. And actually with that wood, by the looks of it, because he also picked up, oh no, that was soldier 50 wood.
He's also going to steal this one.
Oh dear. At least that one's not a great treasure.
I mean, it could be vital for Germans.
Oh, wow. I would, yeah, considering their lack of line of sight. But Lucas, I think a solid age 1 victory, so to speak.
Yeah. And also, to mention about this map, I think this is a solid Japan map as well, because it gives them a lot of options, because they can easily start with a TP, they have a lot of early resources, they can age up fast, and obviously lay down a bunch of the extra wood, and also the yaks, you can put them on the wonder as well, and it gathers a lot faster. So I think this is just a really good Japan map.
That's true. Livestock in general are really good. But we do see a forward settler wagon from Soldier. Perhaps he recognizes this and thinks, right, let's do some sort of aggressive tower rush. Let's switch this over to shipments sent and units in queue. But Germany is aging up with the quartermaster, which will be 400 wood. Nothing funky here. And yes, he's going to build that outpost, but in response, Lucas laying down... Deccan's a really closed-off map, especially if you build your outpost on the plateau here, a wall to stop the tower rush from working as effectively here. But let's just go over what a tower rush is real quick for anyone that's not sure. He's going to place this outpost really far forward, in fact, as far forward as he can get it to this opponent's town centre, and then use it to ship his military shipments to that 8 crossbowman shipment that Germany has available, and of course that comes with a couple of Uhlans as well, and going to put down a barracks now that he is in the colonial age to train units from. But have this, you know, this wall is going to put a real spanner in Soldier's strategy. Thankfully, though, he has got the other passage, but that one's not quite as close of an entrance, is it, to the villagers that are gathering?
Oh, have you seen this cow wall as well? Oh, just auto. There was like a little cow wall there.
Blocking the entrance.
Yeah, but obviously they auto-task the shrines, don't they? Oh,
Yeah.
He's laying up another one.
Oh, brilliant, yeah. This is good, though. Like, he's seen that forward outpost, and he knows something's going to be aggressive, because that's what it indicates. So why not put down a couple of extra walls? This is precisely what Japan should be doing. But there is another entrance here, so it's fine for Soldier. He's going to go down that way with his cav, and he's still going to be able to be aggressive.
He's going to get a Vil.
Oh, what a pickup. That's already good, right? Like, this wall is... he was being too cute. He was trying to build 2 layers of wall, and as a result got punished.
Yeah, and he also loses his hero for free. Like, there should be garrison right now. Why is he not garrisoning?
Oh,
there we go. Oh, wow.
That was perfect.
Oh, wow. And then they literally trapped the Uhlans as well.
Yeah. But crossbow are here now. They're going to be able to kill a few more of those, but that sort of was nicely done. Not going to let Germany stack up those Uhlans. Although, this is dicey. That was really good for him, actually, killing those Uhlans, because look at these Yumi. That was his first unit choice, and they're really vulnerable to those cabs, so killing off 2 of them was really, really nice. Now I think he just needs to use his town centre to kill off these two Uhlans. Oh dear, the Yumi going down.
5 unit shipment plus the Minutemen. I think he's just going to clean this up now. He should have, like, full 10 Vils. I'm surprised he hasn't had full 10 Vils in his TC this entire time, but he's only got, like, 5 or something.
Yeah, only 5 in there.
And he should be, like, literally putting 10 Vils on the TC, selecting a Ulan, and they die in, like, 3 shots or something.
Yeah.
Like, literally, you don't even need to send all these unit shipments just to kill Ulans. I think you could just make Yumis and just kite the bows and task the TC on the Ulans and be fine.
Yeah, Ulan's got really low HP, so the town centre are a really good counter to them. And then once those Ulan are down, you don't need to worry about them raiding your vills or anything like that. But he has managed to deal with the Ulan. But Lucas, he sent 5 Yumi archers to do it, and Soldier, he's seen that. I think Soldier's going to be quite pleased. He's picked up a villager, he's managed to kill that, so that's good. And he's forced the 5 Yumi shipment out of Japan here, which instead, that could have been 4 villagers, it could have been 600 wood. Neither of those things. So I think Soldier, he's going to be pleased with what he's achieved with the raid. But looks like, okay, there's the 4 villagers now, but Stable coming down from Japan, and he's got Naganatas in queue.
Look at this mass he's just pulled together.
Oh, my gee, where did they come from? What the hell? I guess he's been stacking crossbows in the back here.
Yeah, I think he shipped 700 wood and just spammed bows from 2 Raxes.
That's exactly what he's done, yeah, 700 wood there. But there's nothing protecting these longbowmen here, so a Naginata pop's going to be really, really valuable. He's got the stable down. Did Soldier see that? And he's just like, nah, I'm getting out of here. You've got a stable. I'm leaving. I'm not dealing with this.
I think he saw that.
Yeah.
He must have done. But I feel like that's just playing into Lucas's hands, because I don't think he's got any of... He hasn't got many. Yeah, he only had 2 in queue.
I think he's just coming in and out, shake it all about, doing the hokey cokey, making the villagers sort of go inside the town centre.
Turn around.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. That was poetic, man. If this was Twitch, that would have been clipped by now and put on the cliption, more clipsh.
Surely.
Surely, yeah. Okay, how do you feel about this? I feel like just tons of crossbows is really dangerous. Against, anything. Like, they're just so vulnerable to cavalry. And
I like it because he's got so much more mass than Japan has.
Yeah.
I think these sort of timings are really like unit shipments that's already been sent. Because let's say he did let's say Japan did double 600 wood and then ship 5 Yumis, it would be harder to push in because obviously Lucas would have like 5 Yumi pop potential. But once he's seen those 5 Yumis pop, he goes back, sends a crate shipment, masses a bunch of units, and then goes back in because he thinks Lucas won't ship another 5 Yumis because if you do that, you're just kind of too all in at that point. So
I like this.
He just identified that. Yeah.
Pikeman.
Oh, this Naginata switch though.
Yeah, well, that's okay. Well, this is what he needs, right, to deal with the crossbows. I guess there's a fuel. Oh, that's not bad, right? I guess obviously you get Ulans for every shipment, so going pure crossbows isn't actually too bad, since you're always going to have a few Ulans around. You can train some pikemen, which he has done, which are nicely over here killing the shrines and of course finishing that trading post. But the fact that you just have bonus cavs sort of flying around all the time are always going to provide a little bit of barrier to any unit that would threaten your crossbows. So that's good for him. Yeah. But Soldier, if we take a look in the back, he's obviously had that trading post the whole game, and he's got good upgrades in here. He's got steel traps, he hasn't got placer mines, but that's fine, because he's not gathering coin. None of the units he's making are costing any coin, so he doesn't need that food upgrade, that gold upgrade. So actually, Soldier, I think, in a solid spot here, and, economy's very, very even at the moment, 34 to 33, but Soldier, he's clearly got the upper hand in terms of military. The only thing he's really lacking is siege, but now that the pikemen have returned from their escapade, destroying trading posts, etc., that siege is available, and 3 Doppelsodners have arrived as well. That's going to add in some siege, and this is looking now like a very, very scary unit mass to deal with.
Yeah, Lucas needs a shit ton of Yumis to defend this. Because, Yumi's are obviously quite good against Ulans as well in mass, so I think a huge Yumi at mass would be able to deal with this, but he just doesn't have the eco or the infrastructure to actually get 10 Yumi out. Yeah,
you need two Rexes and a ton of woods. What he is training though is Naganatas and Ashigaru, so that's his composition at the moment. And that might be okay if he can get the Naganatas on top of these crossbows, but I think Soldier's going to be quite careful, and obviously with all these pikes, it's going to be very difficult to do that, so I guess that's how that's going to go here. Okay, this might be go time. Oh, yeah, batch of Naganatas coming out of the stable, and he's managed to get these ones on top of the crossbow here. Looks like they're the ones coming out of the stable. Oh, no, that Doppelsodner and pikes. They're now coming in. They should be able to be... This is where they want to be now. They're going to be able to kill off those Naggies.
Yeah, he needs to pull back the cav fast, and he needs TC fire. He hasn't really... That's what put him in this position. He just didn't really use his TC fire effectively.
Yeah, TC fire, very valuable, right?
He sent the wagon to the fight up, never mind.
Bring it in there. And I think here, Germany coming out on top of that fight. That's the trouble. The cav just sort of melted away and weren't really able to... as you're saying, Yumi archers seem like a solid unit to build. Like
I mean,
Cav are only
it-
really good once you can get a big mass at them, right?
well, yeah,
Or Nagis
partly
more
that.
in particular.
Yeah, but partly to make Cav, because obviously Yumi are fairly low HP and high damage. You also want this sort of like anti-crossbow tank in the front, which is what the Cav are mostly for.
Yeah.
Because in general, you don't always want to put Cav on crossbows. You just need to tank their ranged fire and
Yeah,
let the
whilst your
Yumis do the
units,
rest.
your high DPS
Yeah.
units in the back sort of just do the rest, I guess. So it's like a sponge
Yeah.
on the front.
Yeah, because if he just made like, I don't know, a bunch of Yumis, he would just get outmassed because he's on 1 racks versus 2. So he needed some Cav as well.
A really well played game from Soldier there. Aggressive forward tower. That wall not overly effective. If he'd perhaps managed to wall the other passage as well, could have bought him a lot of extra time. And Japan then could have got his batches out a bit sooner. We saw Soldier on top of those 3 Yumi. The first couple of Yumi out that barrack sort of got killed off by those Ulans in the base there. 10-15 seconds longer because of the walls would have been all he really needed, right, to get another batch halfway produced and be in a solid position to defend the early aggression from Germany. But looks like Soldier going to pick up game number 2. The score 1-1 and now 2-1. So a fairly even game so far. Let's see what Soldier has in store for us next. The map will be Tar Desert, but that has been vetoed, as has New England. So neither of those maps will be up next.
But yeah, I think that game just sort of came down to TC fire, like misuse of TC fire. People think TC fire is just like quite bad because obviously you're garrisoning your vills, but it's just so efficient to take down Cab with it. He goes Sioux on high planes.
That seems appropriate. But yes, Lucas, he lost that previous game, so he's picking first, has elected to go for the Sioux. Soldier will now pick afterwards. You like it? It seems thematically appropriate as well. High plains, great plains, the plains. It seems like where you would expect the Sioux to be found. Are they good on this map then?
Well, high TP maps are usually good for Sioux, but you have to bear in mind the other good TP Sibs would be Port and Spain. I think Port's a good counter to Sioux, just because their Dragoons are so good, essentially. And their TCs, they can just take map control and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think it's going to be quite tough if he picks Ports. And Soldier has been playing Ports recently. Spain, I feel like Sioux beat Spain, but maybe not on a 5 TP map. But we'll have to see if Soldier does play Spain. He has been playing Spain a lot recently as well.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see. I think it'll be Port or Spain here.
Port or Spain, we will see. The civilizations it certainly won't be, though, are British and Germany, since he has won with both of those. Aztec coming out. Okay.
What?
I Will Spank You will be quite pleased. She is definitely a fan of the War Chief Civs. So we have a War Chiefs matchup. Sioux versus Aztec. Any ideas at all?
I think Soldier's just going to play aggressive and go for TPs.
Yeah.
So he's going to do some sort of Puma Mace sort of start and try and get as many TPs as possible and siege down Lucas's TPs.
All right.
And then I think Lucas will respond with that with Seaton Axe Rider sort of composition, but we'll have to see.
We will have to see. Ladies and gentlemen, this is game number 3. Pardon me, game number 4 in this best of 7 series between Lucas and Soldier. The score is currently 2-1 in favour of Soldier, who is playing the red colour in the north of the map as the Aztecs. Here he is. 3 wood crate start, so I expect a trading post and a house from Soldier. However, it may be possible that we see a fire pit.
I believe fire pit's better.
Oh, and yeah, with these coin treasures nearby, fire pit definitely would be better, right? Because you can also get a market then, and it's going to be really easy to get hunting dogs with basically all of the coin you could ever need on your doorstep. Yeah, and the warrior priest. Well, I think you always get fire pit because of how good the XP dance is, right? It's basically a trading post, not quite as good, but it's basically a trading post, and it only costs 100 wood.
Oh.
How did that get there? What the hell? That's amazing. It's already made itself across the map.
Well,
Durden
it's
Sackberet is his name. Here he is in the south of the map in the
a
color
lot.
green, Lucas.
I like what Soldier did. He was halfway through building the fire, realized the Sioux Explorer was coming, so he's just like, okay, I need to get that treasure ASAP.
That's amazing. That's
It
really,
was a
really
smart
funny.
play. Yeah,
Yeah.
really good play, actually. It's the little things like that. Because obviously now he doesn't have to mine any coin at all.
Yeah, and he can get his hunting dogs, which he is now doing.
Yes.
130 food. That's pretty good for Soldier. This is a really good start. I think Aztec going to be really pleased with a 300 wood start, and he finds this insane food treasure as well.
He even did the trick to get the 2 times XP as well. Oh, I say it's a trick. It's what every Aztec player should do. Is that they get times 2 XP if they let the Guardian or any other unit kill it apart from the hero. So he's going to get his first shipment quite fast as well, especially with the XP dance.
That's clever, yeah.
We also saw Lucas take, it's 80 wood as well. So he's built another TP. As in the little tent, so you can build TP.
These ones are literally. That's the funny thing, like about Age 3. When we say TP, we and then we actually have TPs as well.
Yeah, I feel like we need to change that.
What would you call them? Tent. TP tents. That's what we call them. Maybe we should just call them that from now on. TP
Sioux
tent.
houses.
Sioux houses.
That aren't actually houses.
They don't need houses. They don't need houses. Okay, this is interesting. A bit of a conflict in the middle of the map. Both the war chiefs going at each other. The war chief, the Aztec one, definitely wins this though, since the war chief. I keep saying war chief. They're both war chiefs. The Sioux guy has a negative multiply against the villagers, but can easily escape, unlike other explorers, due to that insane speed.
The strength of this war chief and mirrors tend to be all about what guardians you get if you win H1.
Yeah.
Because obviously they don't have the crack shot ability, so they can't just crack shot the
quick question.
Renegado.
Can you convert that? Can green convert the red guardian?
No, we can't.
That would be insane. That would be so strong, man. Like, I mean, converting Mother Nature guardians is one thing, but if you can convert enemy guardians, you basically kill their guardian and get a guardian yourself. It's like twice as good as the ordinary converting. Okay, that's why it's not the case, though.
That's like an Age of Mythology god power.
Yeah. Yeah, the one.
I think it's like Traitor or something.
Yeah, that's the one. You're absolutely right. Or monks in Age of Empires 2, they can convert.
Oh, really?
Did you not know that? Yeah, that's like it's a solid counter to like war elephants and stuff, because basically they're so slow.
I've never played Age of Empires 2 actually.
Yeah.
I have to say.
This taunt. Yeah. That converts units.
Oh, really? Okay. That's cool to know.
Pretty much, yeah. If you hear that, your unit's being converted. That's the noise the monks make. Well, it's the noise the monks make in Age of Empires 1, at least. I'm surprised you didn't know that, I guess.
No, I didn't. I've never played that game before, so...
Damn. Heard it here first.
The more you know, yeah. The more you know.
The more you know. Okay, what's going on here? He's picking up a Tomahawk treasure. I think Soldier then probably has won the Treasure Guardian game in the long run, just given this Tomahawk here. Anyway, there's a trading post going up in the south. Do you think that was intentional, as far away as possible from red as he can be?
Yeah, I think so. Because obviously Aztecs, well, I say that, he's got a war hut and base. I was going to say, obviously Aztec is going to be aggressive, but he's not going to be.
Ah, okay. Defensive war hut. What is this in response to? Is he perhaps seen all of these TPs and doesn't want to be dealing with that?
I'm not sure, but I think his game plan probably is just try and get H3, judging by this setup.
Yeah. Because
obviously Eagle Runner Knights are just so fun to use, and they're so good versus Sioux's composition. So I think maybe that's what he's going to try and do. And Lucas might be overreacting with this war hut.
Has he seen? He's seeing it now, but it's too late to unplace it. He's seen this defensive.
He could cancel it. Nah, it's too late now.
Probably not worth, yeah.
Yeah. If only if Sioux found this immediately, he could have got it, and then hunted down the Aztec hero, and Aztec couldn't really do anything about it.
What, and basically stop them from ever...
Well, just kill his hero, essentially, and then just take all the treasures on the map, take all the TPs.
Nice.
And that's just without a treasure guardian. But yeah, look at this TP. Wow. Even more coming down. Look at...
This is insane. How many can you build? I'm sure there's a limit, right?
You can build 10, so How many has he got there? He's got 10. He has got 10. Okay.
9, 10. That's a lot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how much
So,
of an eco bonus is that? Because the TPs,
uh,
they give your villagers more economy, and they also supply stats to your military units as well. But this is a bit like having a Carney Marcher, I imagine, except maybe
look
it's
at the
probably
Sioux
better.
hero HP.
Oh,
You should have seen him in. You should have seen him in the middle of 1.3 or something HP.
Yeah.
1.3 thousand. That's crazy. And he's in Colonial.
So when he goes closer to some of the other TPs, that will go up to 1,300.
Yeah, something like that. I think I
That's-
saw that.
Okay, so all these TPs, I feel like the best thing to do then for Soldier is just boom, and like you don't want to be dealing with the
Yeah.
units that due to all these TPs being made.
Yeah, there's no way he can ever. In fact, Aztec is going to really struggle because Sioux can obviously ship bisons and age up with bisons. So he's going to be in his base for quite a while.
Yeah.
And Aztec, the best way to punish that is what he's doing now and taking the entire TP route.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't see
And-
these pumas come out. They've cleaned up this trading post. But yeah,
Yeah.
whilst he's busy in his base with his TPs, get the other TPs, the actual TPs,
Yeah, the trading posts.
the trading post
TPs.
TPs,
Yes, indeed.
and he can get his
He also-
stagecoach.
Yeah, he also shipped 3 warrior priests, so he's got his setup almost done essentially. Because basically Aztec need like wood traits and then villas and then warrior priests and yeah, and then might have to ship a unit shipment, but he hasn't had to this game because Lucas is quite passive.
Yeah. So what's Lucas's game plan? He
Oh.
sent 700 gold.
He just got a war chief HP treasure.
Oh, let's see. Let's take a look.
Look,
1,179. Come on, Lucas, put it in the middle. We want to see his HP.
yeah.
He's not doing. But you can
he's
see it
getting
going
his
down
treasure.
as he was leaving. But
Yeah.
what is Lucas's game plan then? He's got 700 coin, which sort of signals to me an age up,
He just
possibly.
aged. He just hit up.
Oh, he
actually.
has. He's aging up, and now he's building
Yeah.
the corral during transition.
And this is soldier sort of go time, but it won't do anything because this Wikinas will have. I don't know. I have no clue how much HP they'll have.
Yeah.
All right, one sec.
Dinner's ready. PogChamp.
Yeah. The general is hungry.
I love it. The general is hungry. That's kind of funny. All right. So
All right, we'll see how. I want to see.
but he
HP
can
this
maybe he can
Wikinas
tear
have.
down these TPs really fast. They've not got very
He is
much
going
HP.
to. Yeah, he is going to. But Lucas has still got like a bunch of TPs in the back. He could probably throw down even more actually.
Yeah.
I mean, that Wakina has 160 HP. Oh, not anymore.
That's a lot of HP. You definitely
They
don't
s-
want to be fighting them.
They start off with like 105 or something. That's crazy.
Hello?
Hi.
Sorry, I pulled my mic out by mistake, but I put it
Yeah,
back
I
in.
heard that. Yeah, I heard that.
Okay.
It's fine.
It's all good.
Oh, he's gonna clean this up for free. Holy
Oh
sh-
no, soldier! What is this? Is 9 mace?
Oh.
Was that just 9 mace rallied in?
Yeah, it was 9 mace shipment.
Oh, rip.
But
Ouchie.
look at Soldier's like TP line setup, but Lucas has got to punish this ASAP. He's got to mass like a whole bunch of units. He shouldn't be like spending all this wood on these TPs and stuff. He should just be sending units, upgrading units, and just pushing essentially before this TP line pays off properly.
Okay, so Lucas is really strong in his base. He's got tons of extra HP on all of his units, and obviously the villagers are gathering nicely. But the eco bonus of the trade posts is going to be surpassing that of the TPs.
Yes.
And okay, Lucas is really strong fighting in base, but Soldier's just not going to do that. He's not going to let him have that bonus in his base. He's sort of just doing other stuff on the map. He's massing up in
Yeah.
the back here, making sure his economy's strong. 5 villagers coming out as well. God, look at this XP curve. He's like 3 shipments ahead of his opponent. Like
Yeah.
the 9 mace he just sent into his opponent doesn't matter. Look how many shipments he's got.
Yeah. He's got 10 warrior priest on 9 warrior priest actually. And he's got 3 TPs, and obviously Aztec get ×2 or ×3 depending on the tech Soldier got. And he just used a couple of TPs, so that's like 240 XP.
Yeah.
Just in sieging down stuff.
Is
Which
he
quite
gonna
big.
Is he gonna finish off the rest of the trade posts? I feel like he could.
I feel like he should upgrade because then
Yeah.
he'll get an eco.
That's
But he's
true.
not doing so.
Well, it's
I
probably
think Luke. Mm,
he sent all
yeah.
of his wood shipments, so I guess okay. So Soldier's re-macroed now. He's got 16 vils on wood and 16 on food, so he's gonna have a lot of wood income. And with that, maybe he can get the upgrade. Okay, a war hut defensive. I guess his thoughts are, I just don't. As long as I don't lose, I'll win the long game. So he's gonna build a war hut, keep his vils nice and safe
Yeah.
inside. Perhaps now he's I think this is the right time. It's probably on his mind to get those more trading posts and also upgrade them.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
doesn't want to just randomly lose a ton of villagers to a giant cav raid that Sioux is very famous for doing.
Yeah. Which I think he can be doing this entire time. Lucas actually should have done this before, probably.
Yeah, I guess.
Because Soldier can't really push Wakina and TP. Honestly.
Yeah.
I don't think he can push this ever. He's just going to get trade so well with these Wakinas and perhaps a unit shipment as well. But yeah, we see a raid coming here, Soldier sending all his units, so then Lucas is going to go over here, which is like the way you kind of have to play Sioux if you're behind. And I think Lucas is behind. And yeah, he's idling. He's going to get a couple bills.
Yeah. Oh wow, the pull! Sprinting, but not enough. You can't outrun the Sioux cavalry.
Yeah. Imagine a full trick Vil could actually outrun Sioux cav.
No.
The amount that Vil has had to take.
He's have to have some pretty. They'd all have to be Usain Bolt. That's how that would work. Let's take a look at units lost. Looks like Soldier's lost 5 villages throughout the course of this game, and his opponent hasn't lost any villages here. But
Soldier he hasn't even upgraded, so he probably won't be that ahead of Nico.
No, it's actually very even. In fact, Lucas is it's just evened up. They're both on 35 recalculated villages each. That doesn't take into account Soldier's trading posts, but they're not really supplying any resources at the moment. So their economies are very even, but we have to remember these TPs are helping Lucas's villages, right? So actually, I'd say Lucas is probably ahead economically speaking, and well, that's the case. But in terms of military, no one. I guess Sioux doesn't really want to take any fights because he just wants to keep raiding.
This is smart.
Yeah, that is smart. That's the Shieni, right? He's gonna get the Bison Hunting Grounds upgrade, and then he'll have even more Bison in base to hunt. Okay, Coyote coming through the base there just to have a look at what's going on.
He's also got 15 Bison in deck as well.
How strong is that then? I mean, what is the bonus that these? I don't know how much bonus they give you. I should probably check that, but it seems like it's really good synergy with these Bison shipments and stuff like that.
It is, yeah. I think it's like 3%. I think it's 3
per TP. Wow, that's insane. That is really, really high.
It is high. Stacks as well, so it's just like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck is this eco boost to supposedly low eco Civ?
That is.
It's just like they outboomed. I think they outboomed like Civs like France for so long, like 15 minutes if they got like Bison shipments.
Yeah.
See, I mean, he's also had 2 coin mines in base as well, and he's just and Wakina Axe Rider, like both not coin heavy units. They're both low coin count cost. So he's going to be gathering under his TC for quite a bit, and then he has to venture out to like gold mines here and stuff.
Yeah, but remember, Soldier could have had 5 extra vils. It's Lucas that has managed to raid them off. So I think.
Yes.
Soldier could have a stronger economy, and he could have had these trading posts upgraded as well. He's now getting in the next one, and perhaps he'll upgrade them now. But yeah, it looks like Lucas is doing really well, which he is. But Soldier, there are things he could have lost fewer villagers. He could have upgraded this trading post sooner, and he has got all of these war chiefs dancing. Look at that! He's 5 shipments ahead. He's got so much XP because obviously these are dancing for XP, and I think that accounts for economy as well. Like sending the 600 coin shipment infinite times, well, 3 times in a row.
I think Lucas's game plan here is just to send as many like upgrades for his units as possible, because obviously his upgraded units in Fortress are just so fucking good.
Yeah.
Like Bow Riders and Axe Riders with Cav HP and Cav Combat and Cav Attack are just so strong. It's
Yeah.
quite hard for Aztec to deal with them.
He's only got 2 upgrades though. He's got cavalry combat and he's got cavalry hit points. And there's also
Yeah.
Mustangs, but that's just I guess a cost decrease, which is still an upgrade, I suppose. It means you can field more units.
I think he's getting an upgrade here, which is cavalry HP by 10% as well.
Yeah, if we hold Alt, we'll be able to see how
And
much
cav
is in there.
speed.
Yeah, cavalry change hit points by 10%. That's true. And speed. Wow, that's going to be pretty good.
The Sioux War Chief with 10% more speed.
God, they're going to fly across the map.
There you go. Imagine like you saw with like Kaiser and stuff. Just imagine fucking Sioux Cav with 10%. And he's finally getting stagecoach, by the way. He finally just got it in. So Sioux's just going to slowly take back this route, and Soldier's going to age up, judging by his mass hasn't grown for the past minute or so.
Yeah, he's got the age up in queue. You're absolutely right. Let's take a look at what he's aging up with. Text being researched. He's going up with the Shaman, which is going to grant him...
2 Nobles Huts, I think.
Yeah, but
that's that one.
I think we've changed it, so it'll be... I don't know what it'll be. 2 war... God, I should know my own patch, right? Damn.
Sometimes there's just so many changes you can get them.
It was a long time that we made the change. I don't think we've seen Aztec actually go Fortress since we made it. But whilst he's aging up, look at the speed on these cavalry. He's just tearing down the route, throwing all of these trading posts to the floor.
Yeah, he's been siege dancing all of them. He's put 10 vills to siege dance. That's why they've been going so fast down as well. War huts as well. I feel like Soldier, he can take that fight probably, actually. So he's just losing his food income. He's losing his TP route. And all this for just an age up. I feel like Lucas pushed it at the perfect time.
Yeah, and obviously Soldier doesn't want to take the fight just yet because he's nearly Fortress. He can get those elites upgrades in.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to fight until that's done, but because he's waiting, he's lost, that trade route and all of these things. And he's nearly done. He's just finishing off these 2 houses, and now he's going to sort of push in. Yeah, here we go.
I wonder what triggered Lucas to push out. I think it was the stagecoach, actually.
Yeah, that he definitely put... Oh, okay, so it's 2 Nobles Huts. But it looks like one of them might go down! It does!
Yeah,
oh, no!
Gone.
Oh, dear, that's 1 Nobles Hut.
Oh, he needs to attack dance. Okay, he is.
Okay,
I thought he was going to siege dance the fire, but holy shit, there's so much random shit everywhere.
Aztec scouting party is now coming in as well, so that's going to give a few extra tomahawks. But the elite upgrades, they are being researched, but they're not going to be in time. And I think, these incredibly upgraded cavalry and just all of the shipments that have been sent from the Sioux player, the Sioux is... Having said that, though...
What the fuck is going on? So you're getting cleaned up here?
Yeah, he's getting cleaned up. I wasn't expecting this.
I feel like this was probably the only way Sioux could potentially lose by, suiciding under... Because Aztecs has so many big buttons and shit like that. Look at this big button here at the back.
Oh,
Holy
wow.
shit.
Jaguar
There's
Prowler.
just so many... I mean, Jags even... Oh, and Eagle.
And Eagle Runner Knights. That's a
There's
shipment.
just so much shit that can pop out from Aztecs. It's crazy. But Lucas is still going to clean it up because, 22 attack will keen with, he's only got 10 vills on the fire pit, but... I mean, Mace Holtons aren't even upgraded and stuff like that. So he's just got, really high damage unit.
He has come out on top of this fight, though. And remember, he took down 3 trading posts as well. So behind this, it's not like Soldier's got a good eco.
Yeah. And Lucas's eco, he shipped 15 Bisons, by the way, with 10 TPs under them.
He's actually insanely far ahead. He's got 49 villagers compared to Soldier, who is on 34.
Oh, coyotes! But it's not going to be enough. There's just the bow riders kill them so fast. It's crazy.
28
Even
times.
the Wakinas. Yeah. It's 30 damage times. I think it's just 30 damage actually.
Actually, it looks like
Could be wrong.
It looks like it is. I thought they would have had a bonus versus. Maybe it's
a hidden bonus. Yeah. I clicked on it. It looked like it did 42 damage.
I'd expect a bow rider to do bonus damage against a coyote.
It does. It does, but I don't know how much.
Yeah, okay, so it is doing bonus damage, we just can't see. But Lucas clearly on top here, right? He's in base.
He's sieged. Oh, wow. Here comes even more reinforcements, more here. It's just streaming units from these Bisons and, vills on these coin mines as well. So he's just got so many, income, so much income coming in, so he can just spam constantly.
Says Soldier.
I may be royally Yeah, he's only got 2 warrior priests as well, and Lucas is just going to go back and claim this route by the looks of it, which is the safe play. But I feel like he can just end it at this point.
Just end me. The sweet release of death.
All right, calm down. Behave.
Oh dear.
But yeah, Soldier hasn't been gathering food for like such a long time. He's got like a few bills here, and then like 4 bills here.
And they're so vulnerable, right? Just, I mean, even though
Yeah.
we saw how quickly those trading posts went down, I don't think a war hut is... Obviously, it's better. You can garrison the villas, but it just gets sieged so quickly. I'm not sure it's going to make a whole load of difference. And Lucas is doing exactly what he needs to do. He's building these trading posts that are upgraded.
He's just playing it safe, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is smart, but I feel like you could just end it. But yeah, I get it. In like high competitive games, you just don't want to play the safe route and take the TP route.
The TP route. Well, it is high plains, and it's upgraded. It's very sensible.
The TP route is the safest route.
Oh, Hazard,
he's dropping the one-liners today.
What a good
Just
comment. Oh dear.
Alright, so he's just still claiming the route. He's going to take another one by the looks of it.
Yeah, and
these are quite... I don't know if he scouted it, though. He should have done, judging by his 8... Well, probably 10-speed hero by now. With the upgrades. But...
10 speed. Where is the Explorer? Let's have a look at that speed. There it is. Oh, we can't see. Oh, yeah, 7.76 speed.
I feel like it's more than that because he's like building something.
Oh, right.
Could be wrong.
It might go up when he's done.
Yeah. But we'll have to see. I'm not entirely sure on that.
I'm not sure how a dude sort of builds anything from atop a horse. That doesn't sort of make sense, but...
Yeah. It doesn't make even more sense into building. Have you seen that? Where the animation's running headlong into it and not actually doing anything.
Oh, the Indian guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. And these villages we flared. Yeah, rip. Even more villages behind.
Oh, wow. Yeah, even more up here.
Oh, dear.
These axe riders have so much attack. It's actually crazy.
40? Wow, that's nuts. Yeah, he's got so many upgrades for them, right? Elite axe riders.
Yeah, they're like a cross between a Yulon and a Hussar. But obviously with like 8 speed.
6.75. Still very, very fast with all these upgrades.
I feel like that's not updating with the Sioux hero. Because if you click on one affected by the aura, it's 6.75. And if you do click one affected by the aura, it's also 6.75. So...
Oh, right.
Yeah, I don't think it updates with the hero. Which is a bit odd.
Okay, but what is clear is that they're very fast, right?
Yeah. Basically, what we're saying is just they're just fast.
They're like missile rocket-powered horses.
Yeah, they can teleport across the map.
Yeah, final trading post going down. And I think the only reason... Smoke signal's coming out. What does that one do? War Chief changes hit points and action damages by 50%.
Oh, I see. What is the stats on this hero now? Holy shit.
It's not as high as I thought it might be. It's only sort of 27 hand attack.
Well, if you think about it, he starts off with like 4% hand attack in age 1 or something like that, or 6 attack.
Okay.
So if you think about it, and he's got area damage, so...
And this is going to be the end of the game now.
Look how fast they go down.
Yeah.
It's like faster than like an Imperial Mortar.
Siege Dance OP. And now I think you just jam the units and go AFK and you should win this fight.
Yeah.
Unlucky soldier. But that is going to be 2-2. And I believe that's it from you, right?
Unless Maito's back, then I can carry on.
Let's take a look. Maito is here.
Oh, he is here. Okay. Okay, no problem.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll let him take over. My setup's not the most ideal.
Yeah, and
to say the very least.
The general is hungry.
Yes, the general is also hungry, so he must go eat. All right, It was a pleasure casting with you.
Yeah, thank you for doing that. That was
No
you're a
problem.
lifesaver.
All right. See you later, mate.
Cool. See ya, Hazza.
No problem.
Hello.
Hello. You're here. Cool. All right. This is an interesting cast. I've got Hazza doing the first 4 games, and I guess I've got you for the last few.
Yeah, sorry, I completely forgot
Don't worry.
that this was happening.
Yeah.
I was thinking when I was going to bed last time, like, am I forgetting something? Nah, I don't need to set an alarm.
At least you got a full night's sleep. You seem to not always manage to do that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game number 5 in this best of 7 series between Lucas and Soldier for Saturday SmackDown. Pardon me, Sunday SmackDown. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to kick that habit. But yes, this is going to be Normal Supremacy, introducing brand new / revamped Fortress Age politician changes on the SmackDown patch, in addition to the Colonial Age changes that we introduced a few weeks ago. We are using the map pool for the new World Championship 2019. The players have, I'll explain for you, Maito, I suppose. The players have vetoed Tar Desert and New England, so we've skipped those 2 maps, and this will be our 5th game in the series. The score is currently 2-2 in this best of 7 series. Spawning in the south of the map, in the colour blue, we do indeed have India rushing off to the elephants over on the left here. Finds a 75 wood treasure. We'll come back for that in a moment, I suppose, but of course the Pampian Mountains, lots of llamas to collect, and both players will be sending their explorers in that direction. I think India here, slight advantage since he can take the bottom llamas with 1 elephant and grab the others with the top, but of course Civ picks, you always have to take this thing into account, I suppose. But Aztec, he's still going to get a few llamas, and Aztec's still going to be a really solid civilization choice for this map. Can be quite aggressive and fairly short rust distance, all that sort of thing. Russia, Aztec also do not need, they don't have a huge dependency on trading posts either, and this being Pampas Sierras, there are no TPs, so will be absolutely solid. But yes, Lucas, here he is in the top of the map in the colour green, playing as Aztec. Maito electing to build a fire pit and a house, but is going to be leaving the wood on the floor there. I guess no market, doesn't want to be getting that. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I guess he just doesn't want to risk delaying his age up. Sometimes when you invest in the market and stuff like that, especially if you're going to be going to the left side of the map like this, where you're not going to be getting treasures to help you in the early game, yeah, just might not be worth the investment because you might have to age a Ville later and stuff like that. So he'll be getting that later in the game. Not going to delay it for too long, but doesn't want to risk slowing down his age up for sure.
And that's fair enough. There's no sort of early coin treasures nearby, so it'd be quite hard to get hunting dogs without gathering for it, and probably not worth the age up time, as you're suggesting here. But looks like Soldier picks himself up 6 llamas to be expected. He had 2 elephants, and his opponent only picking up the 2 llamas there. So I think in terms of age 1, Soldier, pretty solid start, and is going to be pleased with that here. Now coming back for that 7. Oh, pardon me, this is Lucas. He's found the 75 wood treasure from earlier, and is going to be picking that up. So this could allow him to get that market now if he's got the wood for it. Perhaps though he's just going to go straight for the age up. But either way, a wood treasure going to be pretty solid there. Let's take a look on the map and see what other treasures are available. India going to be going for 90 food on the top there. We also have available stray dogi, and on the right hand side the level 2 treasures not overly interesting. Perhaps we'll come back for the 135 wood a bit later on, and also 80 coin to be thinking about as well. We'll see how that pans out. But Maito, Aztec versus India, what are your thoughts so far?
Well, this is something of like a controversial matchup, actually.
Oh.
I've seen a lot of people say it's good for Aztec, and a lot of other people say it's good for India. Personally, I'm in the India camp. I quite like India in this matchup. Just because, I don't know, I feel like Aztec normally plays pretty aggressively, and India is well equipped to deal with that. That being said, though, I know that Lucas doesn't always play aggressively with Aztec, so he could do some sort of FF or FI. In that case, I'm not actually sure how this matchup goes. But I still like India in this matchup either way.
Okay, well, let's take a look.
One thing, though, is that they can't really FB aging now at home. Lucas actually hasn't started aging yet, so he's actually had to age a Ville later, despite not building that early market.
Okay. But not going to be forward aggro fort then. Going to play in base defensive aggro. Do you think he's anticipating some sort of aggression? Here comes a forward villager. We'll be placing a war hut down in the middle of the map, I expect. But yes, going up with the aggro fort for India. His opponent going to be going up the messenger, which is the fast age politician. Going to get up to the colonial age very, very quickly. Okay.
I think he definitely is expecting something aggressive. He's got 5 villagers building this wonder right now. So
Yeah,
definitely wants to get up to the next stage as fast as possible.
I'm not sure what these guys are doing.
Normally you don't put more than 4. Usually you don't put more than 1, but at most you don't put more than 4 unless you're really concerned about being too slow or something. So
that is an insane age up time. He's definitely anticipating something aggressive. But yes, forward war hut, there it is. Going down in the center of the map here. We'll see what their first shipments are in a moment, but what was I going to say?
Something. You were going to say something.
Something. There was something I was going to come back to. Never mind. It'll come back to me.
Anyway, yeah. It was a little bit risky to go with 1 vill. Well, maybe not super risky on this map in this matchup. Usually you don't want to send 1 vill across the map to build your war hut or blockhouse. Just because it's at risk of dying to like native treasures or maybe like early to Sepoy actually. But normally some civs can like call Minutemen if they scout that because it's going to take so long to build that it's like you're totally fine just walking across the map to there to kill it. But India, of course, their monks can't snare to slow down that vill if you try something like that. Their Minutemen are also really bad for that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And, yeah, there's no native treasures on this map, so this time around he does get away with sending 1 villager. Saves himself some villager seconds.
Yeah, looks like we've got a bit of a wall going down as well in base here. He's definitely worried about something aggressive. And we see Puma Spearmen, so a lot of siege potential coming out of the war hut here. Going to quickly pick up the stray cow from earlier. Why not? Grab that XP. But, yeah, 5 Puma Spearmen in queue for the Aztec player. More walls going up in base. He's really worried.
Yeah, I mean, Aztec, I know that like they can have like a very strong early timing in this matchup. You can see he's sending 10 mace after 700 wood, so he's definitely intending to push pretty soon.
Yeah.
And like if you're not fully prepared for that, sometimes India can struggle. Sometimes that aggro fort can go down very fast, despite how much HP it has, because Puma Spearmen are fighting insane siege units.
Okay, but
you
Soldier,
just want to be super safe, yeah.
Despite the walls and stuff, still playing it fairly economically. You know, he sent distributivism and now foreign logging. He's getting his wood trickles in, and Gurkha seem like a solid choice here behind walls. They've got that really long range, and they're going to be effective against infantry. But here comes Aztec. Looks like it's go time, as you said. 10 Mace Halton as the third shipment choice does indicate that he's looking to push very, very soon. He's got a decent mass of Puma Spearmen as well, possibly waiting for the next batch to be produced. Looks like we've got Coyote Runners in queue, and then we'll have a little bit of extra pushing power as well. You can use the Coyotes. Extra speed, perhaps grab some vills, something like that. India popping down the consulate here. He sent the diplomatic intrigue, so he can have lots of export to spend. What does he ally with there?
Well, I think in this matchup, you definitely ally with Ottomans, just so you have access to the Minutemen. You can still grab the vills if you want, or you can grab the Hussars as well.
Okay.
Looks like he hasn't spent the export on anything just yet.
This is go time. Not a lot of Indian units here. The Mace Halton in range of the Sepoy and the Gurkha here. The Gurkha trying to shoot over at the Pumas that have really high siege, and that's allowing the Mace Halton to get into range of them. But calling Minutemen from the Ottoman consulate that he allied with there. But it looks like he's not going to be deterred. The Mace Halton are shooting the units here, but Lucas really wants to bring down this aggro fort and leaving all of the high siege troopers at the back to do the siege damage. Calling out now sentries as well to deal with this here.
Yeah,
it looks like the Mace Halton
is going to get from killing this too.
960. Holy shit! What is that Aztec bonus?
2 shipments.
That's insane. Oh my god! And that's purely because the Aztec war chief, right?
Yeah, killing that aggro fort in this matchup is absolutely insane. He has nowhere to produce from. He's reconstructing that barracks, but I don't expect it to go back up now that the military units have spotted them.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is tough. A regular is coming out now, but I don't really know what Soldier can do without a military building. Villagers have to escape to the town center. Rax is not going to be finished.
This is so
I don't know if he
filthy.
even has a shipment on the way at the moment.
3 villages
And
lost so far.
those remaining Gurkha are gonna get cleaned up by the coyotes here. There are 4 Sowar popping out on top of the mace, but there's still a lot of Puma here, and I think this is gonna be a very fast game, actually.
Very fast game. Yeah, the Puma's going to tear a new one, so to speak, through those cavalry. Gardner Hussars coming out, though. I'm going to add a little bit of extra. He's using the villagers as a sponge to soak up as much damage, and also has 10 in there as well. Using the town centre to take down the Puma Spearmen there as well. They're really effective against the cavalry. That's what we want to be killing off first. Is doing that, but this is just an overwhelming number of units. I don't really think Soldier... Perhaps that Agrifort was too far forwards. Maybe it needed to be even closer to the town centre. It wasn't enough. He lost the Agrifort, and without that, no military units can be trained. He tried to get that Rax up, but doesn't have that, was denied, and now just doesn't have any military buildings. The Pumas, still quite a few of them. Oh, just one alive there. But either way, lots of units in base can... tear down these houses and buildings. 5 Sepoy coming out. Yeah, Soldier desperately trying to hang on, shipping as much military as he can, but without any units to pop from a military building, and now that he's used all of his Minutemen as well, there's no way. And fighting with villages is the only thing keeping him here, but he's going to lose so much economy from having to fight with them.
Yeah, he certainly is. And, I think he was just too greedy early on, like wood trickle into 300 export.
That's right.
300 export, I guess, is fine. Like, he didn't actually get the vills from the Ottoman consulate, but the wood trickle, like, you'd probably rather want something that pays off a lot sooner, like maybe 600 wood can help you get your stable down and stuff like that, so you actually have a second military building up when that push comes.
That was filthy from Lucas. So all in, though.
It was very all in, and this is the timing that you have to be afraid of, is India.
Yeah.
And that's why you don't want to be super greedy at the start of
foreign
the
logging
game in this
was
matchup, because
definitely...
your economy is always going to be better than Aztecs anyway, because you've got a villager with every shipment. So as long as you just like make sure you're safe, then you should be totally fine in most of the situations.
Yeah.
But Soldier choosing to go with the greedier option.
Very greedy. Yeah, foreign logging probably not the ideal choice.
If Lucas played slower, it would have been good, but...
Yeah. All right. Well, he didn't play slower. In fact, he just sent 4 military shipments in a row. But this is now match point for Lucas. It's been a very even series. It was 1-0, 1-1, 1-2, 2-2, right? Now he's pulled ahead and could well win that $50 that the patrons do put up every week. Thank you very much to everyone who supports us on Patreon, even though these videos are free. Game number 6 in this best of 7 series. Okay, so Soldier, at least he gets the counter pick here. Lucas picks first. He cannot play Aztecs because he just won with them. He also cannot play with the Sioux, as he has also won with the Sioux, and he cannot play with... There's definitely another civilization, but I can't remember what it was. Japan, he has played earlier, but not won with them yet. So Japan is a civ on the cards, and should be... What's the final map? Florida. Oh, no, Fertile Crescent. But we've already played Fertile Crescent. No, that was in the previous series. Okay, so this is right. India Mirror. Okay. But Lucas...
Okay, Soldier going to switch to France.
Okay.
This is a matchup he's very comfortable with. I've seen him play it many times in tournaments.
Not going to play Japan after all. He's locking in India by the looks of it there. And Soldier going to respond with France. Go ahead. Sorry, what were you saying?
I was just going to say that France versus India is a matchup that I know Soldier to be pretty comfortable with. I've seen him play it in tournaments and stuff like that before. I know that he quite likes the matchup. So not surprised at all. France versus India is, I think, traditionally considered a French favored matchup anyway.
Yeah.
Just because India has really no way of like rushing CEBs. And France can age up very easily. They've got a really solid semi-FF build, and India is traditionally weak to semi-FF builds.
Okay, so France, probably a good pick, and certainly a civilization that Soldier is comfortable playing in this matchup. But this is match point. Game number 6 in this best of 7 series. Here is Soldier. Let's start with him. Let's see if he can pull it back. Playing the French. In the color red is a 100 wood and coin start there, so no early trading post from France. I think he'd be, especially in this matchup, preferring the trading post, but market can be absolutely fine, right? Let's see what Lucas is up to in the south of the map, playing as India. They're going to leave his coin on the floor as well. Elephants off to a nice start. Not not going to be finding anything on either side of interest to begin with, but splitting up the scouts, see what he can find. 65 coin should be reasonable. We might see the other elephant come back for that later on, but quickly going to pick himself up 50 wood on the top. French explorer also not come across anything he wants to find as well, but there could be a treasure contention. No, he's not going to go in that direction. Either way, fairly small wood treasure. He's going to see it. He's coming this way, but I think that Lucas should be able to pick that up. Is he?
It's going to be close,
yeah, it's going to
actually.
be okay. So a bit of a contention here. Going to attack the scout directly. This is going to come down to who can pick this one up. Stomp! No, I'm not sure. I think France.
Soldier got it.
Yeah, he did. 50
Yeah.
wood.
And that right there is something that is a trick you can do that makes it a lot harder for your opponent to take it. Like, your opponent has to attack the Guardian, and so on the last tick, at the last tick of HP, where you know that you'll one-shot it, you can just shoot it instead of him while he's waiting to attack it, and that just makes it a lot harder for him to know exactly when to pick it up, and it gives you sort of the advantage in that situation, which is what Soldier did there.
And also, it's always difficult for India with those elephants, right? Like, they don't have any ranged attack.
Yeah, they can't really treat in the same way that maybe a ranged explorer can.
Yeah, but Soldier going to be picking up 100 food, creeping these lions, and India finding some treasures in base. What's the other monk up to? He's sort of coming across nothing on the top of the Fertile Crescent here at the moment. But in terms of Age 1, I'd say France definitely in a solid spot. He got that treasure contention and is also going to pick himself up 100 food. So I'd say France sort of winning Age 1 at the moment, has elected to go with the early market and hunting dogs. So France versus India is the matchup. Maito.
Is. Just want to point out something real quick. The Soldier's playing this this treasure really safely. I think he's scouted most of the map at this point and knows that there's not a lot else on the map that's really worth taking.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
And so something you could do against Asian civs, because they don't have crack shots or anything that kills the Guardian instantly, you can just crack shot one and just like safely wait next to the treasure for your crack shot to come up. And there's nothing that India or Asian civs can really do in general unless they try to fight you, which Soldier knows he'd have an advantage because he's got a full HP explorer.
So yeah, just going to sit next to the treasure and guard it. That's absolutely, make sure nothing.
Because that just guarantees that he gets it pretty much, because if they come up, he can just fight them until they run away, and if they try to, like, they otherwise can't steal it because they don't have a crack shot, so.
Yep, and he knew there was nothing else on the map, as you said. So might as well stand next to it. He'd seen all the other treasures, nothing else of note. But Soldier now going up to the colonial age. Villagers switching over to wood for, of course, the steel traps that he'll want in transition. He's going to be going up with the Quartermaster, getting Gangsaw and Placer Mines nice and early there. So good eco upgrades coming in. Looks like he's going to play the standard French style. But no funky politicians that we've changed. Just going to go up with the standard tried and true. And there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely fine. 400 wood, a very, very strong politician.
Meanwhile, though,
in his base,
Lucas aging very, very late. It's 350, almost 4 minutes into the game, and he's only now sent a villager to go place an Agrifort.
And look,
he's sending 4 more villagers with it because he knows
it's so late. Yeah.
Do you even go for the Agrifort at this point?
Yeah. I mean, look, France is basically aged.
Like this wonder takes 120 seconds to construct if you don't put villagers on it, so it's going to take 80 seconds. So he'll be up before 6 minutes, I guess, but it's still going to be very, very late. If he wants to do something aggressive, I don't think it will really pan out, so you might have to transition into some other sort of plan.
Yeah,
here.
maybe.
But yeah, that was a very, very late age up.
It was, but at least it's securing some hunt and food. I guess it was in base.
There
is food nearby, but on Fertile Crescent it spawns like it's not obvious. It's not under your TC. It's not like you're going to be swimming in hunt. So maybe he needs it in the middle of the map for food. But Soldier, he sees it with the scout there. He knows it's a forward agra. He probably sees 4 villages on it and is probably a little bit concerned that it's going to be a really fast age up. But actually, it was just placed down really late, and he's compensating. But France up to the next stage. 400 wood on the floor, electing to build a barracks with that, and of course 2 houses as well. But going with musketeers to start with seems pretty solid against India.
Yeah, no trading post yet. He's going to place one over here, but it looks like it's going to get denied as soon as he sees that India's already taking that TP. We'll see if he tries to kill one of the monks. No, he's just going to go up to the other side. No, he hasn't actually paid attention to that yet, so he doesn't. Okay, now he knows. He'll be walking up to the other TP.
He'll build it up here instead. That's fine.
Yeah, not a super big deal. And there it is, 5:30. That's not the ideal time for India, but
No.
at least he is up now. And two Sepoy going to be walking from the town center. Let's see what he's got in queue. It looks like he does
Sepoy.
have Sepoy in queue. How much population does he have? He looks like, yeah, he is going to be sending 5 Sepoy as his first card, so he is going to be trying to play aggressive, but yeah, not going to be super effective with this age up time. However, Soldier doesn't have any units out just yet, so I could be wrong.
There are the musks, they have just been created.
Yeah, and he should be able to get another batch of muskets by the time those units get here. As well as, having the option to have Minutemen. He's already got Great Coat on his villagers too, so they shouldn't go down very easily at all. And no trading post actually for Soldier at this time. Might be waiting for 700 wood before he gets that.
It looks like he's sort of standing nearby the Wounded Tiger treasure as well. I think he crack-shotted a rhino and, probably spent that wood on something else since he didn't get that trading post down immediately. So instead, just going to wait, get this treasure, and then build the trading post off the back of the 700 wood, which is probably on the way. But 10 musketeers and 700 coin coming down as his next shipment. So it looks like
Okay,
Soldier...
So just gonna age up as fast as possible, I
Yeah,
guess.
fairly normal standard. Well, just going at a 10 musk semi-FF, right? Using them defensively against what would usually be aggressive from India, but since it was such a late age, isn't going to be the case. Either way, didn't want cavalry or anything like that. 15 musk semi. Okay, that's fair enough. He's actually got quite a lot of food stockpiled, and that's fair enough. 700 coin, though. He's going to go up to the fortress age. Pardon me.
Yeah, this is part of the problem with this matchup. If you neglect the fact that Lucas aged very late, he also just doesn't have a lot of units. I think he actually cancelled his Sepoy shipment and sent Wood Trickle instead. He's got villagers on the way now as well. But normally, even if India invests fully into military units, France can still sort of outmass them almost.
Sorry.
And outmass them while aging, which makes it very difficult. And Lucas, as we can see by his resources, has no intention of aging at the moment. So he's going for some sort of timing. He just sent a shipment just now. What is Soldier going up with? He's going up with the Marksman, so he's still going to be pretty slow, but he can still train Musketeers in transition and be all right with that. He's going to be dropping a trading post finally to get those Fortress Age shipments rolling. He's actually, he got a shipment recently. He sent it. I wonder if it's the 8 crossbows that he's sending.
That's actually really clever. He's gone...
Yeah, because you can always cancel them, right, if you don't need them.
That's true. And, he didn't get the trading post as soon as he'd like, so his XP curve's going to be a bit off. So as a result of that, go up with the slow age up, because you're not going to have as many shipments available anyway. And yeah, sending 8 crossbows in case he needs to defend or something like that can cancel it at the last moment if not needed.
You can see he canceled the shipment, so that is definitely what he has in mind. He knows that timing could potentially be coming. He's got his native scout position to sort of spot one, but only if it comes from one side of this native post.
Yeah.
But I don't think Lucas has a scary timing coming.
No, it doesn't look like it. Lucas is going to be sending 600 gold as well and sort of saving to age by the looks of it. So neither player being aggressive at all. No raiding even attempted. Soldier just playing very safe in his base. With his musketeers. Okay, so Sepoy now moving forward. And it looks like...
he might try to do some poking now that he's seen the age up. No, just going to grab the treasure, I guess. It'll show him at least the gold mines where Soldier can gather.
Will he see the villagers gathering on them, or just the mine?
No, he just sees the location of the mine.
Okay.
Which is fine, because he'll see that he's got the one mine in base, which will be out pretty soon. He could probably deduce that that'll be out pretty soon as well. And then there's the one last mine, so as long as he can sort of control the mines after those first 2 mines, maybe he will be... Like, that can be sort of a win condition for him at some point. That being said, however, Vet Musk is being researched right now. I believe Falcons are likely on the way.
Absolutely,
and
right.
Falcons are going to be very difficult to deal with as India. This Agrifort is almost certainly going to go down. Especially if you're in the colonial age and transitioning up to fortress, you have absolutely no way of dealing with cannons. So,
yep. especially during transition as well. But yeah, Lucas going up with the Taj Mahal, which gives the ceasefire ability. But absolutely the case. Musketeers, veterancy coming in now, and going to be a great unit to defend these two cannons with. Just abuse the fact that India find it very difficult to deal with cannons in early fortress. And he's not even fortress, he's aging. But I think he's going to pick up this aggro fort quite easily here. Lucas obviously doesn't want to take that fight. He's aging up. But it's not the end of the world, right? It's only
it's not the end of the world yet.
It's only
he's almost up now. What is he aging
blockhouse.
with? Okay, the Taj Mahal, like you said.
Yeah.
Sorry. So that ceasefire ability will buy him some time. He's gonna need to get siege elephants out probably if he wants to deal with these falconets. He doesn't actually have an answer to the big musk mass yet, though. I mean, there's gonna be skirmishers coming behind this most likely as well. Actually, 1,000 wood gonna be the next shipment for Soldier. He split off his explorer from the army. I wonder if he's thinking about going for stagecoach to try and leverage this lead a little bit.
Yeah, bring that explorer down to the post. That's absolutely true. And with the 1,000 wood, that should be fairly easy to do, right? Oh no! 3 cavalry on the back, Soldier. What are you doing? Yeah, that is not ideal. Oh wow, that is exactly
very, very
what
lucky
India.
for
Oh
Lucas.
my goodness, that's. He was so far away. It was so ballsy. Where did they come from? The consulate, right? Where was he? Where is the consulate?
It just died, actually.
Oh, he just killed it just now,
Soldier
right?
just killed it, so he trained it before
He
it died.
trained the Gardner Hussars
I
before and
actually
snuck them round the
didn't
back.
even know-
That
actually
was
didn't even notice,
that
but
was disgusting. And now all of these
that's pretty
musketeers
tragic. And
are
now-
functionally like what musks are not great in the fortress age, right? I guess they're protecting these skirms, so that's reasonable for the time being. He's not going to have to train any dragoons for a long time, but the musketeers really they wanted to be protecting falconets, and I think Soldier getting a bit ahead of himself. He wanted to be sieging with his musks, not defending his falcons. But as a result, looks like Lucas trades off those 3 cavalry for those falconets, and he's going to be very pleased with himself.
Yeah, certainly
Mistakes
will
were
be.
made.
As a result, he does not have to send siege elephants. He has sent the Urmi instead, which will give him a lot stronger of a fight against this heavy infantry army. Soldier also did not choose to go for that second trading post, actually, just positioned to explore next to this hunt. He knows that Soldier will want to gather from this hunt eventually. It's going to get picked off there. Not a super big deal for either player, really, that has been spotted.
But he can see it's mostly Sepoy being trained, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, 1,000 coin coming out for Soldier now.
Okay.
I really like this shipment choice. 1,000 wood and 1,000 coin really helps your shipment curve because the resources will eventually get converted back into experience. You get around 200 XP, I think, for spending the 1,000 wood on buildings, and you get 100 XP for investing that 1,000 coin into units. Of course, it is quite a bit slower than sending like a military shipment or something like that, but it is higher value for sure than any other shipment.
Okay, ceasefire
here
coming out
comes
from the
the
Taj
ceasefire.
Mahal.
So he's going to try and walk up to those skirmishers, get right on top of them.
Yeah, he needs to
There's
stay
a lot of
away.
musketeers here, though.
There is. He needs to stay away from those Urumi, and that's what he's doing. He's
Yeah,
retreating
he's
during
trying
the
to, He's
feast.
trying to pull the skirmishers a little bit with the muskets, but
Okay,
that will
ceasefire
give
about
a little
to
bit of distance in between the Urmi and his infantry.
ceasefire about
Also
to
getting into
end.
stagger mode.
Is he going to focus the Urumi? Those Mahouts really strong. Couple of dragoons coming out now, but the Urumi are going to tear through these musketeers. This isn't great at all. Stomp coming off there, but the Mahouts, they've found their way into the skirmishers. Okay, he's managed to get back. The snare's been broken. He's going through a small choke here. Can he focus the Urumi down? This is what he needs to do. He needs to get rid of them. India really strong with these units here. Looks like very well dealt with, though. Not very many left. He's found his way through.
Yeah, but just look at the military population after those Urmi go down. It's actually in favor of oh no, not in favor of Lucas, but it's pretty close to being in favor of Lucas, I would say.
Yeah.
More skirmishers popping out.
Not in an
It's gonna be good
ideal
against the
spot,
remainder
though.
of this army, but unfortunately they are up into melee range, basically.
Yeah, I think he was really hoping to get a lot more done with those falconets. But yeah, more
Yeah.
skirmishes from a second Raxin base. That's the good thing, right?
But
About
this-
the gold shipment. Okay, he's got a lot of skirms now. They're sort of coming back, and I feel like this should be fine.
Yeah, he's got a really good position here now with the remainder of his army, and once he cleans up these Sepoy, there's not a lot of scary stuff left for India. He's only got 1 barracks. He does have another Mahout shipment on the way, which will be something of a power spike. There's a lot of Dragoons here, though, and not a lot of Sepoy left to reinforce these Mahouts. But once these Mahouts are down, it's really just going to be Sepoy that France has to contend with, and I think he's going to be totally okay with that.
He's not going to
And
take
the
that. The Mahouse
Goons are just going to
chase
have
them.
spotted the Mahouts, and they're just going to chase those down, try to get as much damage done as possible. There are going to be some Sepoy that might scare these Goons away, but it's going to be some welcome damage for sure.
Yeah, Sepoy going to scare them for sure. They're not going to want to come any closer, but still going to abuse that range there. And there are more Dragoons here than else.
Oh, never mind. Sorry. I was looking at the military population thinking that was the villager population. I was like, why does Lucas only have 17 vills?
Nope, it's more than that. Damn. Looks like India has managed to put up a second town center in the south of the map here. So
yeah, not the greatest position for a second town center, but it is a second town center, regardless of where it is.
yeah, that's true.
So he will be able to boom quite hard. He has a lot of wood left over at the moment, so he can invest that into villagers relatively easily.
Oh, he's got 3 town centers, Mito. He's putting down the...
he does have 3 town centers.
He's putting it down now, that final one here. I guess that fight sort of came off. He did some damage with the Urumi, pushed France back. Oh dear, looks like he's going to have to get these villagers out of here.
I don't know if this is how you want to be spending this wood right now. You probably don't actually want this much wood in the first place. He's stacking 1,000 after spending 1,000 wood into town centers. Imagine if he'd just been dumping those into units. But actually, look at his resources. He's actually going to go up to the industrial age.
Really? Oh wow.
He's exhausted these shipments. Looks like he's maybe foregone that idea now that the units are pushing his base. He's what does he have in queue right now? He's reinvested into Sepoy. That Rax isn't going to go down, so you will be able to train those. We'll see if he ends up canceling those. He might cancel those and choose to go up to industrial. No, doesn't cancel those. Those are going to finish. Those are not going to be super scary, though, for this French army.
Yeah, but it's very indecisive, right? He's thinking, oh, do I want to go up to industrial? No, I can't. Now he's in my base, but now he's got to spend down that massive stockpile, which is going to take some time. And France is knocking on his doorstep with an absolute ton of units.
Yeah, I wonder how long until that ceasefire ability is back up. Probably another minute or two until that comes off of cooldown. Looks like, yeah, he's invested more into Sepoy, so this push has sort of dissuaded that industrial age idea for the time being. He does still have a lot of resources, so he can do it at any time, really.
Yeah. France, though, he's not able to push in just yet. He's afraid of, Mahouts and the unit pops, but is able to sort of find some villages here on this western side of the Fertile Crescent.
Unfortunately, he doesn't have the wood for it right now, but I would really like for Soldier to get something like counter-infantry rifling for these skirmishers with this Sepoy heavy army. When your opponent goes for this style, counter-infantry rifling just gets so much value.
There it is, industrial age now going down.
The native scout has spotted the army moving across this side of the map, so he's going to be totally prepared for this raid.
Yeah, he's seen them there. Looks like he's going to head them off. Native scout's seen them. This is not a good time to be out on the map. He's going up to the industrial age now with the Shamanah gates. It looks like he's not going to be punished for it, though. He's found his way back. He's on the safe side on the west there, east, whatever it is.
It is indeed the eastern side of the map.
It just feels like Soldier just needs to do some pushing, right? He's sort of standing here. That's the issue with this map. Like all of the resources are on the left and right hand side. So if you want to be there, you're just really far away from anything, and players end up sort of fighting over this barren strip of nothing. But a couple of Sepoy come to cause some issues for these CDBs. So you think the CDBs and those 3 cuirassiers could probably take this?
I think they could definitely clean this up. I think he's a little bit concerned about the rest of the army somehow being there, even though he just saw them on the eastern side of the map a moment ago.
Gotcha.
The Cures also don't do so great against Sepoy. He did actually already lose pretty much 2, and a lot of idle time on that. But either way,
I think Lucas has gotten away with this. He's up to industrial.
Yeah,
he's gotten his 3 town centers, and Soldier, despite having all these military units, hasn't really been able to punish it, or hasn't I think maybe that was why these town centers are so hidden, right? Like Soldier didn't realize that they're even there, and maybe that's why they were placed there. Bit of a raid in the north.
Guard Sepoy is on the way now, so this army is going to be a lot scarier in a moment here. It's still pretty small, though. If he gets caught here, it could be good for Soldier before Lucas manages to get out any of those big Urumi shipments in the industrial age.
Yeah, I think we're about to see a force.
He is going to be cutting him off and forcing him to fight.
There is going to be a fight forced. Yeah.
But there is a shipment point near here with that town center. Cavalry combat coming in now to strengthen these goons. Going to be picking off at least one Mah out here, probably two. But yeah, the Urmi going to be coming in soon probably. These Vills need to be careful if they want to remain alive. I don't think he'll be super concerned about losing those though. Another Mahout goes down.
Yeah, I think
actually,
Soldier.
I think this might be too early to be going for the fight. There's no Urmi out just yet.
No, this is definitely too early. Sure, they're
going into melee.
They're guard units, but there's just so many French infantry here. That's all Soldier's been doing the whole game is massing basically, right? And he's just gonna clean that up. I guess he felt trapped and he knew he couldn't sort of retreat or something. That just feels like Lucas threw his army away there.
Yeah, he definitely does, and all these villagers gonna get cleaned up now as well. No shipment for Lucas yet. I don't know if he actually even had one. I feel like he did. Let me look at his deck real quick. Does only have Urbi in the Industrial Age there.
He's got the Infinite Urumi and the Mansaba Urumi. Urumi Sword Regiment.
He still does have a massive economy though, so he might be able to replace this army fairly easily. I mean, he's on berries and stuff, which is not ideal. He doesn't actually have a lot of gold left either, but okay, there's the 10 Urmi shipment. But yeah, these resources are going to be very hard to defend here. It looks like Soldier's going to be coming in, denying this final gold mine. He does have lots of resources to start transitioning to rice paddies. I don't think he'll be too troubled by that if he must build them.
What's he saving up for? He sent the Urumi Sword Regiment, and now he's, I guess, going to send 9 Urumi Swordmans next. He's almost got his next shipment available.
Yeah, and one thing when you go industrial is India, you really don't want to fight with your first 9 or 10 Urumi. You really want to wait until you can get like 18 or 19, because that's when it starts to become really, really hard to kill.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to be waiting a couple minutes here. Soldier being really, really patient here, just holding on to the resources. He spotted the villagers up on this gold mine, a castle going up there now to try and secure that. These villagers probably going to be forced to retreat or else die in the process.
Yeah.
And yeah, it looks like they're going to be committing to that castle. No, they're just going to be running.
Oh, I see. Get them out of it.
Those ones were not in... I don't know if those ones were in vision. Maybe Soldier didn't spot them, so those ones might be getting away relatively safely. There's a stagecoach upgrade on this TP line that only has one TP. I think maybe he thought that this TP was a part of that line as well, because sometimes it is like that on this map.
Yeah, which it isn't today. That's true.
So that's slightly unfortunate for him. Soldier could benefit from that if he notices.
There's just no gold for Lucas. That's why he's up there. He's just trying to get on this mine, but is losing villagers for it. And this one, I guess he can go back to, but Soldier just doing a good job keeping him off the resources. And as a result, we're seeing the rice paddy switch coming out now, which is not ideal. But he has got 3 town centers and considerably more vills. It was even more than that, but he's lost quite a few now, right? And
yeah, and he's mostly actually Soldier has mostly kind of transitioned his army into Musk Cuirassier, and this is basically gonna, well, it should be good against the Urmi, just because the Urmi are gonna have a hard time dealing with the cures.
Yeah,
but I don't know if it's gonna be enough with this massive sepoy behind it. 2 great bombards actually as well. That's gonna be really, really scary. And Soldier has no clue about that at the moment. He does have a lot of Dragoons, though, which can sort of help deal with that.
Ottoman consort, baby.
This is, like... he's actually... It looks like Soldier's almost saving up to go industrial himself. He's maxed out his army. So maybe that was what he wanted to do. Just wanted to max out the army and then go up to industrial. Doesn't have a lot of gold himself, though, at the moment. With this gold mine being denied on the western side by this handful of sepoy. His goons are going to walk over there and clean that up, but... I don't know if he's going to have the time to go industrial, if that's something he really wants to try and do.
Yeah, well, it looks like what's he got in queue? Let's take a look at units in queue there. He's got no units in queue, so I think he is actually saving to age, as you're alluding to. He just needs to find that sort of last bit of gold. There's a mine here. Only 400 left in there.
The problem is this is going to take a long time to get up to the industrial age.
And
it's going to give Lucas a lot of time to max out his army as well, potentially with another Urmi shipment.
Okay, let's take a look at these armies. 18
Urumi might this soon. His bombard's going to be walking into line of sight here.
Oh, no. Does he get the shot off? Yes, he does. Not as impressive as I thought it would be.
Not the greatest volley. Only one
of them shot.
Fires on that.
But coming in here,
the Dragoon's going to be picking off at least one of these.
But the Urumi do get... No, They're not gonna allow that. Doesn't manage to pick that off. The Urumi gonna deny that there. Looks like the Kurashay's coming in now, trying to get into position against the Urumi.
Such a messy fight for Soldier, but the Curas are gonna get onto the Urumi, which is exactly
That's,
where they want to be.
precisely what he wants. Barracks does go down, but the Bombard's not targeting units, which is ideal for Soldier. They're now slowly making their way forward. Looks like Soldier going to kite back with his infantry. Doesn't want to stay within range of those cannons.
Walk straight into the Seaboy.
My Soldier doing a really good job at this fight, I think. Although quite a few Urumi left. He didn't trade them off too well. Does get a volley.
I think at the end of the day, this is looking really, really good for Lucas. I think Soldier just gave him too much time, and these Bombards are sort of the nail in the coffin with this army. Those Urmi going to be getting on top of the infantry now. There's a lot of them.
That's GG.
Really kiting, and that's going to be GG.
And Lucas going to pick up game number 4 and win the SmackDown versus Soldier. GG. Grats. That was a really sort of close game. I'm just surprised Soldier didn't do more about killing the... perhaps he didn't realize there were 3 town centers or something like that, but it felt like, you know, when Lucas went up to the industrial age, he basically got there for free, no punishment. He'd spent so many resources on these town centers. It would have been so easy for Soldier just to sort of walk in there and do some damage, but doesn't do that. And I think really what got him at the end was he maxed out to 200 pop and then sort of stopped to age up, and as a result of it, we see here this fight didn't go overly well. The Urumi enable him to win, and Soldier is going to lose this game.
Yeah, it felt like Soldier was doing so well for so long, but unfortunately, Lucas just picking a couple of really good fights to keep him in the game, and even until like the last maybe 2 minutes of the game, it was still looking like France was in a really good position. They had like a great army composition. They had significantly more units than India, but they just gave them so much time. And actually, do you see the 2 villagers in the back of Soldier's base?
Oh yeah. What are they doing there?
I suppose they were on that. That must have been on that gold mine earlier, and were forced to run away.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
and that was where they chose to hide.
It's a refuge.
In exile. Yeah. Either way, though, it was a well played series by Lucas. I didn't see the first few games, but definitely the last couple of games he took pretty convincingly. So.
Yeah, that was a cool game. I wonder what would happen if if Soldier had been more aggressive there. But ultimately, that was a really interesting fight. I like that dynamic with the great bombards at the end there. But well done to Lucas. Cool. That's going to be it from Saturday SmackDown, though. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And, yeah, hopefully we got a bit of Hazard in there. We got a bit of Maito. And earlier today as well, Give You Anxiety casting. So a bit of variety, which should be fun. But it is it from me and Maito tonight. We'll see you next time.
Adios.